the 32 of Zach Hall.
And going off in the 11th position, going to be the 06 Tom Bourne alongside Gavin Rogers in the 12th position. Brian McCann rolling off in 13th, and Shane Tarian in 14th position.
Yeah,
Joshua Ganato rolling off 15th, and Brian Noel, my pick, going in 16th position. Ollie Fonseca 17th. We've seen a lot of speed out of him at these super speedway races, and Cody Reed equally as
All right, got everything up.
19th position going to be Ed Shearer Jr. Vincent Sora rolling off in 20th.
There we go.
And in 21st, we're going to find ourselves with Christopher Wade in the 53. Cedric Connor, our first winner of the season, starts all the way back in 22nd position. Nick Crawford, teammate of from Snow Desert.
I didn't ask him.
23rd.
I didn't ask him how to do it.
From Limitless will start in 24th with Christopher Norris back in.
They know something I don't.
Position. Brian P. Johnson all the way down in 26th place with Thomas.
I could have asked him. I just didn't drop in the group chat.
A strong start to the playoffs in this first round. Starting all the way back down in 27th position. 28th is the 2 of Danny Cochran. Jared
Oh, they probably would have told me.
Gavin Rogers from
I just didn't ask.
Sports starting all the way down in 29th. GT Rosario in the 14, finishing out our top 30.
And 31st going to be Trenton Jump, your pick, Sam, rolling off in the 31st position, car number 46. Then Dakota Maniz alongside 32nd position, car number 5. Tyler Dengler in 33rd, rolling off with the number 19 machine. And 34th, Richard Wolfeser in the 56 machine. And then Ben Keeney, 98 car, 35th position. Anthony Gaudio to 29. And
37 cars.
I'm qualifying for get those laps in. Going to be rolling off 37th. He can only go forward, right, Sam?
Can go forward.
I did not catch if there's a stage.
Again, tonight's race, 100 laps, stage breaking 20, 0 fast repairs, and 4 extras.
I think the broadcast just said.
Did you just say lap 20?
Drivers are
said 20 something.
37 expected to take the green, but also end of the line penalties for some drivers here this evening.
So yeah, it may have been 20.
It's going to be a few drivers with optional picks for themselves, but forced to. Shane Tarian, Richard Wolfeser both had penalties carrying over from last week at Bristol. Joining to the back, going to be
definitely be able to make it
Carl
20
Fuller,
on fuel.
as well, going to be taking an EOL to the end of the line. So for some drivers, I think asking for an EOL to start with some teammates or allies. Alliances,
lap 20 out of 100.
Big thing that drivers sometimes work on going into
6 races to go in a season.
Who are you working with besides your teammates and maybe a couple of your friends?
Talladega, Darlington, Charlotte, Richmond, North Wilkesboro, and then Vegas.
Talking a lot about teams tonight. I feel like we'll be mentioning all these team cars, but you know what, Sam? You have Trenton Jump picked, and what you said stood out to me. Not really having the massive team support out there. Personally, sometimes when I'm at these tracks, that's the thing I want the most. It's just for me to go out there, make my own decisions, not have to worry about it. Let me cut this guy slack, or let me go up high because he's up high. No, just run your race, get to the front, figure it out. Sometimes that might.
I should just keep voice chat on.
Brian, let's go. Good luck, sir.
Jump the Alliance to
Thank you, Pete.
Sky Motorsports that found themselves dominating at the end of Daytona, hoping for similar results here tonight. But a lot of drivers hoping to find themselves finding some good allies behind them to work.
Can the broadcast hear the
Kelly, Larry,
drivers chat?
Restart zone in the playoffs for season.
I don't think so, unless they have it set that way.
Drivers get up to gear and roar down into turn number 1.
Boy, they split that fast. You're about to be 3 wide here right quick. You are 3 wide.
I'm seeing that.
Get rid of that spotter.
Larry Yingling left on his lonesome in the middle.
The 67 has to be thinking.
You are still on the bottom.
They're going to put us 3 wide. He's going to drop back maybe outside the top 10.
32.75 outside. They're kind of splitting in. Now you got 25.07 up by still 3.
See these.
You're going to be 3 here for a few moves. Top 5 on the bottom side are getting away. If you give this guy right in front of you a little bit of a shot, which you should be able to because the 16's pulling up on your bumper,
the control vehicle,
you'll be able to clear this 3 wide.
Tell me when I need to let off.
Get through that bubble.
Trouble is that they're stuck 3 wide.
I'll give you plenty of notice.
The side drafting, it's enabled our top 5 to just
because I can't see that.
Kelly, Aaron.
All right, check up. A little bit. You're good.
Are just
all right, he's there.
Way as everyone else is stuck 3 wide.
If you're in the top 5 right now, you're pretty happy. You're single file at Talladega. Don't have anyone side drafting your game.
I don't know if I would have called that, but good job.
As I say that, you get a driver pulling outside. It looks like the 06 Tom Bourne.
It looked like it was good. And Larry, good thing Larry saw me doing that.
3 wide halfway through it.
I'm curious on this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little close.
The 16 drivers that are racing for a championship, that being the likes of Kevin Rogers, Vincent Sora, Zach Ball, Larry Eagle, Ryan Kelly, Drew Jewish.
06 to shove the 11 to the lead. Staying in that second line. 11, he's gonna duck down.
And Tom Sinchek.
Here comes the high side, 77-32, 3 wide. You're in the middle. Hold your line.
Same mentality. Be up front. Get stage.
67 still with you. 25 outside. Your teammate in the 3 on the bottom.
If you're everyone.
Still 3.
Justin, you're
38 coming outside now, right along with the 46. High side's got all the movement.
He's been playing major spoilers. I think back to.
Here comes 74.
I mean, 2 seasons ago.
Oh my God, they're
hold your line. Hold your line.
To make.
Oh.
Yeah, they're playing kind of dumb right now.
I want out of this now. It ain't no fun no more.
26 outside.
This current time, it's Cody Reed.
If a bottom opens up, I want it.
Moving the 20.
I will.
What's the?
Yep, not a problem.
Drew.
There was almost a gap there behind the 3, but it closed up pretty quick.
Yeah, I was trying to hit it, but lost it.
It is go time.
Still 3.
Run immediately.
26 outside. You got the 11 inside.
He's one of the most fun drivers to watch around these types of tracks. He's never riding around. He's never.
Aaron Smith still with you.
Is there only one guy? No, there's 2 guys in front of me.
You're clear low. Clear low.
Going down that front straightway, trying to get down below the line, make some moves. He's not afraid to get out there and shake it up. So we'll definitely be talking about him tonight. As you see right here, we're on board with him.
Still 306, and then the 7 on the outside. Middle line's dropping back right now.
Look at that. Did he not start in the back? Look at that, Sam.
Still 3, 32 and 7.
I'm hoping the bottom lane gives me better.
So of note, our front row.
Less risk of a wreck.
Well as Larry Engling is
yeah. Check up a little bit.
Recognizing that they're getting a lot more race here.
There you go.
Comfortable with. Is now going to be your front.
Whole lot of movement up high.
Sheen to the front.
You're still 3.
Because we can drive below the yellow. So if it starts wrecking, I can just dive immediately below the yellow.
And choosing who's got.
Good call. Absolutely.
It looks like right now, Justin, it's pairs. If you can find the right pair to really give you a good.
My screen just flashed in a weird way.
But then you have to drop the bottom, cool off the engine.
You're 6th on the bottom side, still 3 wide. Aaron, and then a 28 up high.
He's the weight certainly.
Bit of movement on the bottom. You're getting a good pull there.
All the time. It's really important to make sure you're aware of how much you're.
Did you see the flash, Derek?
Now the 32 and the 28 to the outside. Nope, you're good.
Yeah, heat the motor up really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he's driving.
Something changed for like a few frames and then went back.
Like there's 5 to go in this race.
I mean, they are really pushing every little bit, even through the corners. That's usually a no. You do not want to push one of the major rules.
You're still 3, 15 and 28 now on the outside.
I saw a couple of drivers pushing each other, trying to find maximum effort of getting the momentum up the exit of the corner, but just not able to do so. But a shocking driver up front. Talk about some of the dark horse drivers to watch out for. Tom Sinchek leading this race on the outside. He's out of the battle with the lucky duck.
All right, big pull coming up.
Well as seen Drew.
46 had to check up. 38 got him a little squirrely. You're clear in the middle, but with no help.
Done this new bigging, but new bigging. Just
I'm good.
Back out of there.
29 now in the middle. Here comes 7, back 3. 11's going to give you a shot.
Go back to the middle. Well, he may have even got into his teammate there.
Back 3 for 4 rows.
Big time, like you said. And now look, the outside line get that run, but the 70's going to get
some big checkups.
Push that middle line, keep them going with the momentum. But these cars, looks like they're really.
Yeah, that 7's getting the shot, and it's making them squirrely every single time. There's all kinds of freight trains on that outside because that guy in the front got squirrely. 7's gonna, 11 went on by, now 32's going on by on the high side.
Every little momentum they can as the inside groove is losing.
You're back double wide, 11's way up high.
Also seeing drivers, they're dancing to find openings that.
Now you're 3, 11 and 68 up top.
Positionings. I mean, Nick Crawford, who leads this race, he's up 22 positions. Also, other drivers.
Middle line's clear.
3 spots for himself. All these
32 just took it. Back 3, 68, 32.
Traffic is going to be hard to get by each other.
Getting back 3 wide. Check up just a little sec.
And these early first 10.
There you go.
All the passing is definitely happening all over this track, but I think a lot of it has to do with some of the guys are realizing maybe they didn't
clear in the middle.
This mess and they pulled over.
51 now in the middle. Just go low.
you're really seeing some massive.
Drive it. There you go. You're good, Brian. There you go. Good job, sir.
Oh, trouble though. Further in the back, some playoff contenders involved. Zach Hall, Aaron Smith the second, and the whole entire back half of the front group caught up in a mess. The second pack trying
That's why I wanted the bottom lane.
And Calamity strikes.
Yes.
Number 10 enters the picture.
Yeah, there has to be a lot of frustrated drivers right here. Not even 10% of the way through this race, and drivers already wrecking playoff implications, like you mentioned. This is not going to be good. These drivers, these cars, they need speed. They need to be fast and stay in this draft. Damage will not help them.
As looking at the drivers involved with this wreck, it looks to be around the
mid-pack here. Did we pit?
Of Aaron Smith the second. Really,
if you do, I would not take any tires.
With required damage,
just splash and go.
In the 06, who was behind the 70. You're going to see drivers.
I mean, we're going to go to the back anyway, right?
Everyone up, and just like that one blink of an eye.
Yeah, you don't need tires at Dago or Daytona.
Well, there's nowhere to go.
I can get it now at no penalty other than go to the back. But when everybody pits on the stage, then I'll have less fuel that I need to put in. I won't take any tires, so I should gain positions.
That's sometimes
off of that.
These straightaways very.
What do you think about that?
Right here, Rob.
You can try it.
13 is Cedric.
All right, so you want tires then?
Looks like I think he.
Yeah, let's do everything because I'm mid-pack here.
All right. Right here
we're gonna go back racing, and they're gonna be racing for the stage. What if I just ride around in the back? We're gonna have a guaranteed caution.
They stay up high, and they do.
It'll be safe.
The 70 is gonna come down here at the last second.
Yeah, but you don't want to be part of the caution, though.
Smart. He's slowed down.
Being all the way back there.
Track to make sure he avoided everyone.
Try your best. That's the different,
We'll give you back the spotter.
Some dart immediately to the inside once they see a group building up smoke, and for others, they try to slam on their brakes. Sometimes they're able to slow down. Other times they're not able to. As seeing half the field, they had to come into pit road. Looks like damage repair for most. Others be going with a little bit of fuel strategy as tonight's race against stage break at the.
I have the tires are still 100.
20. Curious if
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't need them.
All right, this could be a long race.
We're going to be in the back, so I want to be in the
strategies, or for some, it's get to the end of the line because the back half of the back might be the safer place to be.
Larry and Ron did it
because we're going to be restarting with less than 10 laps to go. And Justin, with how important stage points could be for making it to the next round of the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be any more calmer than what we saw. It could be even more.
We could just break off here, and then we're going to be it's not a problem.
Well, I agree with you based off of what we saw here in the opening 8
We're not going to go lap down in 10 laps.
But I think we always have to talk. We talk about it a lot on this broadcast. You got to be able to be at the end of these races to get the max amount of points. You got to be running. You got to be running with no damage, so you have a fast car. Some of these guys caught up in this accident.
Or we could go for it.
You do not want to finish in the 30s at Talladega. You want to go.
Would be stage point.
And so you can carry that momentum into Darlington next week. But some of these drivers right now, they're going to be having a challenge getting those cars fixed and getting them up to speed.
Getting up to speed, as do want to say thank you to our major sponsor for the WSSR Cup.
On the flip side, it would be safer to try to finish good at the end of the race.
As the past two seasons, actual trophy, custom trophy designed by Zach Hall for our championship driver Benjamin Nelson has been awarded, and for this season it's the same. Whoever wins this championship going to be gifted a custom Trophy Smack trophy, as well as even before the championship trophies were given out, we were giving out rings from Trophy Smack. So if you'd like to find yourself getting a championship trophy, belt, ring, or even a wall smack, head on over to trophysmack.com, and remember, on purchasing,
is that how that goes?
Code W.
Are they going in for fuel again? Why?
For 10% off.
Yeah,
well more known when giving out trophies for fantasy football. And
just do whatever my teammates are doing.
The corner. Well, if you're not even looking for an iRacing championship to be customized,
got tires off.
Check out their different wide range of customs, pre-made trophies for fantasy football or any other fantasy sports. Thank you to Trophy Smack for being a primary sponsor for the WSSR Cup Series as we get ourselves prepared to get back to green flag racing. Looking at the drivers that can't enter pit road, it looks to be from 24th back to 37. All entered pit road. Tom Board's required damage is gone, but he's got a lot optional, so he's forced into pit road to get that damage repaired. But Justin, for the drivers that are up front, you have Trenton Jump, Christopher Norris, Ken Campbell, Cody Reed, Thompson. Check your top 5. how do you feel like you're going to have to resettle yourself, getting ready to go green, and it's going to be a 9-lap shootout from here to the end of the stage?
Well, I think these drivers have learned really quick in the opening 8 laps that this isn't like other job packages where maybe you were able to kind of stay on the bottom and run 2x2 and protect that inside line, and you can pretty much run a whole fuel run feeling like you're somewhat safe. It seems like this package, these drivers get massive runs. They're able to make moves. They're able to pull out with help and get around cars and run 2 or 3 wide. It seems like there's a lot of coming and going with this type of package, which leads to a lot more beating and banging versus some of the other types of packages out there where it seems like you get stuck 2x2 and you really can't make those crazy moves.
Yeah, the stuck 2x2 or even stuck single file is something that we're nervous about entering tonight, just based off of the dominance that we could see at Atlanta or sometimes at a Daytona. But with how wide this track is at Talladega, it's enabled these drivers to have the opportunity to stay 3 wide and see the big runs from whatever lane finally gets the big push off the exit of these corners. But for us here tonight, we get ready for a 9-lap shootout to the end of the stage. Stage break is at the end of lap 20, but if we get a caution between lap 15 and 20, we will find ourselves ending the stage there. Top 10 drivers get bonus points, and everyone wants to be the winner at the end of this stage. As Trent Jump, Christopher Norris get ready. Jump gets the better run on the outside with Cody Reed right behind him as we are back to green flag action here at Talladega for the first race of the playoffs for the round of 16. Here we go, Justin, as they roar through 1 and 2. An inside row starting to build up the momentum.
We're about to find out if these drivers use that caution lap to calm their nerves down. Are they going to start racing more 2x2 casually? That answer, I would say no. Chris Stitz got this little big 3rd row up high. The 1-7
outside.
Use momentum. Cody Reed going to give a big push to Trent Jump. That outside line, will they run out of momentum? We got another car coming up there, Josh.
Keeping an eye up front. 7 still outside.
We're going to have about 3 lanes, but that top lane, not enough cars. But as I say that, get another driver pulling out.
Clear all the way around.
A couple more guys pulling up there. So these drivers know their speed all over this track. Ken Campbell, he's going to make the move to the outside. Is he going to get this lap led with the help of Ollie Fonseca? I think so.
And it will be the 15 machine leading that lap, as they're almost going to be a stack 4 wide as Joshua Kanata stuck to that outside.
Yeah, them boys going to be racing for that.
For himself, and new cluster.
Yeah, I'm glad we're back here now.
3rd groove.
Look at that up front.
Is where the speed has been at. Ollie Fonseca, leader, but Douglas Newbiggie doesn't want to wait. Bouncing the outside by himself. Newbiggie, Shane Tarian, they work as a duo. Down to the outside groove. Tarian to the...
You are clear of the 3.
Back and forth, find an opening, and you hope your nose is going to be ahead as we're going to be 3 wide now, battling for 3rd place. And that middle and outside groove, they're getting a little bit close next to one another, bouncing against each other. We're seeing a little bit of movement that it's going to get dangerous as we're 4 wide now, battling for 10th place.
Yeah, you saw that 4 wide happen right there. That's going through a triangle, very hard to do 4 wide. Track probably the least amount of width right there, but
too low.
Very hard. You're going to stay 4 wide. Still through these corners. Getting really nervous right now. These drivers are all hoping everyone will hold their grooves. These cars are dancing.
Who's still on the bottom line?
Around 4 wide. Not enough room for it. Dane, look at that. He's in 9 machine up there. He's getting pushed all around from the 61 Bronson Stafford. Just pushing down the straight.
Clear.
A lot of momentum on that outside line.
As we were looking back from Ollie Fonseca in the 24, it just looks like chaos as a little bit of drivers once again getting close to the outside wall. It's going to be Anthony Gaudio, Bronson's
67 low.
Off the line.
Clear 6-7.
4 on the outside groove, but you can see it there. 3 wide, almost all the way through this front pack. Some drivers want to poke the nose to go 4 wide, but they'll stay 3 by 3 by 3 all the way through, except for our top 2, where they'll go 2 wide. Shane Tarian trying to go to the point as he drops all the way from the top groove down to the inside, and we're 3 wide for the lead.
2's going to go, and wow, check up.
Clipping the rear bumper there through that.
I was expecting him to go around.
So going straight.
Yeah, I think we lost the main pack.
Look at these drivers are even.
We're good.
The yellow.
Yeah, you did.
Push from below. I mean, they're making really impressive moves on these back straightaways, just trying to get from the top lane to the middle lane, to the middle lane to the bottom lane. These drivers are going all over this track. They're putting on a show, but it's lap 15. They have to understand, yes, the stage points are coming, but what's more important, getting the stage points, or being there at the end of this race right now? That's the risk versus reward.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Rewards.
That sucks for him.
Again, almost 5 wide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that guy pushing me. Hold up. Hold up.
Jump. That's the fade backwards. Finally gets slotted in. Up front, it's Anthony Gotti, O'Brien, P. Johnson, but on the apron.
Yeah, that was bad.
Trying to slow down as he's got to stay on the apron. Will do so. The rest of the field continue to keep their foot in the throttle, and we stay green. 5 laps to go before the stage is over, but if a caution strikes now, the field will be stuck wherever they run at the time of caution.
That is right. That Nick guy
Immediately
has spun off in so many races.
That's why we're seeing
I think I can remember 2 of them.
ramping up even more with Gaudio, Reed, with Johnson leading.
You ain't wrong about that.
Anthony Gatto, 29 machine in the lead, but almost gets shuffled 3 wide. And there they go.
Cody Reed down to the apron. We stay.
There you go, giving you the bottom.
Back up on track, and once again, we're going to be sticking to 3 wide, almost 4 wide deeper in the field, able to do so. And now it's going to be Aaron Smith second. Johnson moving forward as they reset. And for drivers that did not pit for tires, they had 4 sets of pit road to work with. That tire wear, with all these big dashing moves high, low, through the corners, there is slight tire wear that could be hurting these drivers, as well as bad bumps that's sending these drivers wherever they don't want to go.
And the bad bumps from people pushing aggressively. You want max grip, right here we're going to ride on board. You're going to see some of these big runs coming, because up front, those leaders, they kind of got a little bit away. There was 2 cars, Aaron Smith, he got out there. Now the pack kind of caught them so fast. You see right here, Aaron Smith stuck in the middle. Look at this run. These drivers are getting, where do you go? That's the problem.
Really don't want to be in the back of the pack because it don't take much to lose them.
Thought about it, but gives a bump to Gavin Rogers, trying to keep the assistance and speed and momentum to the outside group. Not able to fully take off just yet.
Yeah, it can be
Third lane of the
lost pretty quick.
Looking for a little bit of help, but Brian Noel, Drew Jua, they are on.
It used to be as little as 3/10 would lose you to pack.
Take off and go. Norris is clear. Willing drop down low.
Is it possible
Rogers, who gets
Ryan and
38 machine.
Larry
Rogers takes the
are saving fuel,
as we're coming up.
not going to pit?
Laps to go before the stage is over, unless we find ourselves with a wreck behind, and
I guess anything's possible,
Hey,
but
where'd y'all go?
as it's Chris.
See, how many laps can we get? We can get
Your top 2 currently.
And you see
about
you have
37
31
laps.
more in the tank, it says.
up front, 38, 07 behind him. They are pushing for everything they can here. Coming on
Yellow's out.
Trying to get those, any points valuable up there at 38.
Oh no! Back off! Gavin Rogers, Norris, the whole top lane involved in this one.
Wow, Gavin Rogers right there. Wrong place, wrong time. That's going to be really crucial to his points. Chris Norris is going to come inside the inside wall, really finish off that car pretty bad right there. Other drivers involved, we'll get the replay here shortly, but 75, 38, definitely heavy impact on both of those cars.
Chris Stitz also second car, also Drew Jua involved with this heavy damage. It's 3 drivers trying.
Not sure if that's going to be the stage.
Outside, Brian Noel, bad.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't know
As you
how,
try
but I
to
do
get
not
to the
have any
inside
bolt from
and
that.
give a clean.
If it's 20, yeah.
I
It
don't
wasn't
either, but I'm
straight.
missing my
Hooks the
front bumper.
38 to the inside.
Yeah, you're on lap 20 right now. When you get to the line, it'll be 21.
You see right there, Chris Stitz damage. We get another one. It looks like maybe that bump kind of got to 38 going down the track.
So when we go green,
Maybe got a little bump coming up the track as well. You see here in slow motion. 75 is just a little bit high, really not much at all.
No, there was nothing he could have done. Norris was coming down on him, and
All right, well,
you see that 38 just completely destroyed. Gavin Rogers, though, might have been graced by the iRacing gods. I think 75 might have gotten minimal damage. A little bit of front end, but as much as they were destroyed, though, but it's actually going to be Chris Stitz and Christopher Norris that get the worst of this, and Drew Jua.
it's going to be close on fuel.
But
It's either going to be a 2 or 3 stop.
Yeah, if you get
Self,
black, just let
I
them.
think
There'll be a caution, right?
of the 4 somehow gave away.
I'm sure there will, yeah.
Gifted.
Yeah, so
Sometimes they give, sometimes they take away.
What 30 plus cars still on the lead lap? Yeah.
Be a blessing for his.
so we'll just take fuel here, no tires.
See the bumper missing, definitely heavy impact there.
And
That's gonna do it for the stage.
Gotcha.
hope for the best.
On all that, but Not ideal for some of these drivers right now. They're going to all come in, though, I would imagine, get some tires, utilize right now taking that slow pit stop here to get the 4 tires, so later on you can choose 2 or 0 if you get wrapped.
One got wrecked. Oh my goodness.
That guy just put himself in a wall.
But your stage winner is the
trying to slow up.
John Forbes. With all the chaos that surrounded around, the 11 was in the best positioning at the time of the yellow. Will be graced with the stage win. All drivers going to be trying to race that pit road as quickly as they can. Expecting a lot of 4 tires and fuel, but some drivers at this point, they could try to risk it. Maybe take just fuel only if you feel comfortable. Some might take.
They were so slow getting in.
The majority of the
I couldn't tell who was wrecking who wasn't.
Fuel one though, just taking fuel, and that's going to be Brandon on the 07.
You're clear outside.
Keep a tab on how that car performs. He right now is feeling like he doesn't care about the tires. He cares about having the speed and being a.
Oh, we got the 17th.
We will see how that works, but we'll be.
I didn't really lose anything.
The way that
I'm sitting there burning a bunch of fuel coming off pits.
If you're skipping tires or just taking 2 tires, maybe
a little excited
to have a faster pit stop later on in this race under green, which is going to be really important.
We'll make sure to get all sorted. We'll check it out.
All right, so it's saying 52 laps in the tank. Depending on how much time you spend up front as the leader, whether it's pack in the back or you work your way up front.
With how that really quick,
if it goes green, you'd be looking at one more stop.
It's really about how do you settle in.
Unless that fuel is wrong because it's just under pace.
Well, here's how the weather's been settling so far after 20 laps.
Yeah, I think that's pace.
86.
I think I calculated out to be 37.
There for the air temp.
37 wide open.
Okay.
8 degrees. Wind is so stable at 5.
If we can save it and get 39 out of it.
90 as we're only at.
Yeah, if we can get 39 out of a tank,
3
would be golden.
Feels like it's been a lot of fog, and it's been kind of hard to see at moments, but. Luckily, we have great visibility. It's just partly cloudy, Justin, and this is the type of weather that you love to see at Talladega.
Oh, definitely. These drivers
going now, I'll only get 3/10 of a gallon.
Well, it's 108 degrees. The air temp 86, but it's not too hot. At least that means that they can push more. With the track being a little bit cooler, they don't have to worry too much about overheating the engines as much as on a really hotter days. You see right now, some guys
track position
utilizing that the strategy of going in the top off on fuel, Sam. So. These drivers doing it.
I'm banking on a caution.
Calculations where maybe they're saying if I can get that extra lap or 2 now, I'll be able.
And like you said, only 3/10, so they're not going to get a whole lot. They might get
this race, green from here on out, but who knows?
Football field worth of gas.
How we've been seeing this race going on so far.
It has been a wild one. As a couple of drivers entering pit road to top off, get maybe a little bit of extra fuel or get extra damage repairs for themselves. One of those that enters pit road going to be John Forbes.
I think it's
thought we were going to be able to have a chance to stop.
I think it's about half a gallon a lap.
Now we'll see if we can queue up the 11 for being our stage winner. Certainly an incredible run overall. To
he wouldn't even get a full lap.
See if we can queue up the 11 machine before he gets ready for racing action. As we try to queue in our stage winner, John Forbes in the 11. John, it's Sam and Justin up at the booth. You got us?
Yeah, got you guys.
I know you're about to get ready to go back to racing, but man, how does that feel? First 20 laps, 2 cautions in the books, and it just seems like it is hectic out there on track.
Yeah, I'm at that point now where I got that stage win, let a couple laps. I'm gonna let this thing ride out for a little bit. That was kind of my goal. I wanted to definitely get some stage points. Those 10 points are gonna go a long way, so really excited about that. And now I just get to kind of sit back, relax. I had a little bit of damage from some contact before that wreck happened. Luckily, I didn't get involved in that last one, but yeah, I had like 30 seconds of fix. So we got that pit road. Now we're on the back, and that's the plan to level it out and get a time to arch my way back towards the front.
Here we go. Coming into the box. Ready.
Sorry about that. We're having some technical errors. Our Discord channel kind of just went berserk for a moment as everyone was having very low ping. So luckily we are back. That was a very bizarre moment. John Forbes is back with his team. We got to hear there it was chaotic, and it's even chaotic here on this restart. Everyone jumbling up the accordion effect further on back. But
got 24 low, 2 with you.
Getting back to green flag action here tonight. Still in pit road, Chris Norris and Chris Stitz. Carl Buller does have a black flag that he's hoping to get cleared, but up front, it's the Lucky Ducks.
Still the same.
Ryan Noel, Douglas Newbiggin, and Justin.
Here comes a 97 low.
Now to
high side's clear.
What a change it's going to be from a 20-lap shootout of who's going to be inside of the top 10 for those bonus points to now. Can we make it to the end of this race? And who's going to be the winner here for first round of the playoffs for the first race?
You have to now wonder, are these drivers going to settle in and be
got the 2-4 low again?
Less cars out there.
I'm looking for a spot on the inside.
No stage points. There's nothing going on in
10-4
into this race. Now you got to be there. But Sam, I want to talk about the restart rates there. You mentioned how
now you got the 51 low.
There are some drivers that check up, pull out of line, and whatnot. But 2 cars going to come outside. Right, well,
wow.
Look at the back of that pack. Some drivers.
Wow. Yeah, that was lucky.
1 or 2
Is that an on the black
distance around us. There's going to be contact right there. Big.
What are they doing?
7 Douglas Newbig, and they save it.
51 behind you.
Got a hole behind me.
26 low.
Because a lot of bad bumps that were given out.
You are clear low if you want it right now.
Someone down, and luckily we keep it straight.
There you go.
The big gaps and differences in drivers.
51 middle, 14 up top, 3 wide.
Built up aerodynamic.
Back double wide, 51 outside, clear all the way up.
They can't go for big moves because they just don't have the power to do so.
Yeah, it looks like most of the group is all together. I was a little worried maybe on that jumbled.
Are you looking over top of me in case there's a wreck you can call out?
Back to head.
Yes, sir.
Like you mentioned, but
yeah,
I saw Cedric Hunter pull out a line, and I was hoping that all those guys were able to stay together so that they didn't get burned by that restart. Luckily, I think we're going to be in good shape. Though these drivers back to 3 wide, they're really not.
They're 3 all the way back to you. A little bit of a check up here.
A little bit calmer, but they're still putting on a show.
Certainly are.
Top 2 sides now are double wide and pulling away from the bottom line. 75 coming up outside.
Everyone else be willing to get space. Some are just staying in the inside room where they know the momentum is going to be
coming back to you.
All together as one.
Clear all the way up.
So bounce into that second lane. You got to get a better view of if there's a wreck, how to react. And up front, this pack we're right on board with on Olive Fonseca and Danny Cochran on the 2. Just in go mode. And for some drivers, especially those that earned the playoff,
19 with a run outside.
Tackling and being in attack mode. It's a comfortability.
Clear up.
Some drivers will
a little bit of a checkup.
Feel comfortable. They're up
there you go.
Pushing somewhat, while other drivers feel comfortable laying at the back and waiting for the big one to strike. And seeing one of those drivers that I know loves being in attack mode, loves being one of the
97 coming with a little bit of a run outside.
One of those big drivers.
Rear door, bumper. Here comes a 61 following them.
My first broadcast race at Daytona.
They had to check up due to a stack up on the outside.
Laps
and back double wide all the way through.
He was really fast, wanted to be the control car, was always up front. And right now you're seeing the same thing. He's going to
big check.
Anthony got to be on the outside, maybe get
a 99 outside.
Maybe Anthony got to go back to the lead.
24 going to go around, also to the outside now.
Johnson trying to get him back to
trying to get up.
You're 3 wide. You're on the bottom, obviously.
Racing action here tonight. They're going to be back and forth, side by side.
24, 71, still 3.
A few others is Kevin Rogers that just hit a wall and he goes backwards, even though you saw that huge run he had going into the corner, but lost all momentum and has to fall back to the clutches. The driver.
You're clear all the way up.
Just sits out of our top 15 with Tyler Dangler as well as Kanata and Ollie Fonseca in the middle, and they'll fall to their different devices right now. It looks like still 3 wide up front with how wide the
11's going to take a run to the outside.
Race like this, and it is always interesting on
double wide
up front who's willing to back off, but big picture,
middle line checked up. You got room in front.
This aggressive early on, you have to save your car.
24, 68, 3 wide.
There is always that chance that we could stay green to the end. It's happened before. Justin, I want to bring the group
still 3
6 when
back double
himself. His debut race got the pole, but it was Zach Hall that won that race, and they had
back 3 again.
Back when they didn't have any stage yellows.
Bottom side has most cars. A little bit of momentum though in the middle line.
And without bringing out a caution.
14's coming up outside.
When you're at Talladega, Daytona, landing tracks like that, if you don't know, you expect a caution to happen. Sometimes they don't. Right now, it seems like kind of
bumper, door.
Not seen as aggressive.
71's going to follow.
The first 20 laps, those drivers lots of stage points, but right now, I can tell you that if you do get damaged,
68 coming up outside now also.
you're losing the draft like some of these guys, but then you see a driver like the 75, yeah, Rogers, it's not taking a pretty big
Is
impact.
double wide all the way back to you.
The nose has kind of pushed him a little bit, but he's able to stay no problem in that draft. So there is a chance that if you get damaged, still your night is not ruined. But if you just got to keep the bumpers, I think that's the big thing. You can't lose that front bumper.
29, big run coming up.
2x2, and this is
You're clear back up outside again.
4 wide.
He had no help. He's going to stall out.
Stop unless a mistake happens. So this
To our 3.
take a little bit of a rest on our end and take our first
Still 3.
of the evening. So again, thank you so much to all those that have been commenting in the chat, that have been interacting, those that are watching with us.
Still 3, 68, 29.
This is our Cup Series first race of the round of 16 playoff racing action for season 9. You won't miss things, go side by side. We'll be back.
Got a run here. You are clear up, sir. A little bit of a checkup. There you go. '29 coming outside, right rear. 68 with you.
Everybody's a little calmer, not fighting for stage points.
Yep. Yep.
As I say that, somebody goes
They
up
are
the
4
middle.
wide right in front of you.
Wow.
All right, back double. Now you're back 3. 71, 68. Still 3. They are double all the way back to the rows that you're in. You're clear up. You got Aaron Smith right behind you. They're checking up big on the bottom. Front pack's getting away a little bit. You're clear low. All right, they're coming back to you.
Better not lose them.
Yeah, they went 3 wide. You shouldn't. All right, back double wide all the way to you. It's just the 16 and then Aaron right behind you. Guess the broadcast quit.
They had technical difficulties. They went and fixed something.
Gotcha. Been in that boat before. Clear low. Got a good little pull here.
Sorry for that checkup. I was about to blow up.
They are 3 all the way back to you. You are 3. 6807, 687. Just a 7 now on the outside. Back 3, 19 and 7. Leaders on the bottom side. Not you formed up in the middle. 29, 71. You're still 3.
Behind the pit. Oh my! This ain't gonna work.
Why am I losing?
Bumping and banging to the end. You're beating banging for the lead.
7 was side drafting you a little bit.
Coming off a 4. That's it. It's
bottom line. Here it comes. I know Carter gets.
All right, get up in the middle. Catch that draft.
74 gets through somehow.
All right, they're actually coming down to you. 7's not clear.
Dive it down low.
Or 07 rather. 7 was clear.
Stealer. Cedric Hunter. He steals.
There you go. Going to be a little bit of a checkup after this run.
Oh, they wrecked.
Nope, you're good.
Each other, the top two.
The guy in front of the 7 moved up to the middle line.
Too much of side.
You are 3 wide again. 07, 68. Now it's 71 and 68. Big checkup up top. You're going to have a good little shove here. Back 3 again, 71, 29.
From Nightmare Fuel.
You're clear behind Ed.
Drivers currently, but as well.
Ed dropped down in front of you.
Action as that
Stick with him.
is lead back a little bit on who's going to be the lead.
Wide open, but can't go nowhere.
For those that want to move to the outside, maybe the bottom grooves, but so far we saw 2 cautions. It was early on and
That's because you don't have anybody really on your bumper.
middle of the stage 1 and the end of the stage that set us to where we are now, where it's a lot more of settled.
All right, back 3 again, 14 and 29. Here comes a good pull.
Now as we're closing in on 65 laps to go, we actually are at
I got a hot
There
dog
you
wrapper stuck on my
Still 3,
spoiler.
now 15 and 24.
in the chat throughout the night as we find ourselves going to the start of the playoffs. Crazy thing that we're already at race 1 of the playoffs currently.
Back double, 15 up high. He's going to take it 3.
Leading the race.
14 with you. Now the 53 and 24 outside. Back 3 again.
What a checkup.
Moved is Justin Malarkey and Brand Production.
Yep.
Every Freaky Fast broadcast is right.
Middle line's clear.
Justin got to take a little bit of a break.
Take
there.
that
And see
back. 14's coming up right with the 24.
scores.
Middle line's clear again.
Not as much crazy movement as we saw in those first 20 laps.
24 now on that middle line.
Trying to find your friends and allies at this moment.
Back double wide all the way back to you.
Sam, is when it gets time towards the end of this race. They know they can make those crazy moves. Right now, like you said, settling in. Maybe just ride them right now, figuring out the fuel, how many laps they can go on this tank, and then can they make it on one more tank and stop. I think right now these drivers, just kind of calculating, what can I do? What's the calm before the storm?
Still double.
Mindset right now.
And with it being a super speedway race, again, kind of gives an open door to anyone having a chance to win a type of a race. I mean, Mike Tellier, who's on the outside getting help from Cody Reed, winner of our Daytona Oval race in the middle of the regular
Checking up.
season. That was a shocking of a win. Thought maybe in his Alliance teammate says,
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough, yeah.
Every lane
07 low.
almost saw Cody Reed get spun off the nose of the 25, and now down to the 3rd lane.
Check up.
Going to be Ben Kinney, but what a
Stay high.
John
There you go, good job.
It's always in a scary spot, but somehow saves it. Oh no, trouble. Drivers bouncing in low. Igadio drops down into GT Rizzari, and another caution is thrown.
Yeah, see, the
All right, fuel only.
flying off in the infield. 07 looked like he maybe got some contact as well.
I do appreciate you having your head on the
Wow,
swivel
just
there.
that happened right there coming out of turn 3 and 4, just bouncing around, and no one could save it. I mean, I think that all started when they were running 2x2, and then they got to that 3 wide, kind of checked up the lines, and then before you know it, everyone was kind of all over each other.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
I didn't see what caused that, but I mean, I almost caused the wreck myself.
That's kind of accordion effect its way back.
Nah, you were okay.
The field, a couple of drivers were bouncing back and forth. John Forrest turned into a pinball. Then got a Igadio.
Oh, it was
Ricochet.
Ed was involved.
GT Rizzari, and that felt like a little bit of a netcode just reaction, the way the car just snapped in front of
All right, checking up, Brian.
Big wreck. I'm taking a different look at this from a different view, and again, watch out for the 11 of John Forbes as well as Ken Campbell. They go 4 wide.
Half a corner.
And it's John Forbes. I think he might have gotten into the 28 of Tom Sinchek, who pushes up Campbell, who goes into
Gaudio, and then it's
I don't get it.
shipped
But
to
at least
sailed.
I
There they
subbed
go
I
to the
guess. I'm gonna have to
inside
take some of the
and
repairs
collecting
so I can
multiple
push, though.
drivers.
I don't feel like I'll be able to
Yeah, you
get
see
front
right
for
there,
that
the
long.
29. He
If I
got
don't-
multiple incidents right there, but he
Do a windshield tear off. I got.
You got the lucky
thing right there that he's missing is that front bumper, and that's going to really hurt him.
Yeah, that was already on. I saw the windshield.
Get hit anymore.
Tenfold.
I
But right,
didn't even
you
know
can see
there
on
was
this
like
replay. Here's
lucky
gives a good
damage.
idea. You see these drivers bouncing around. This is the problem.
Well,
when they get three wide up there to come out of the corner and then they start making contact. And we see it a lot of times. You come out of this corner, track flattens out, the cars lose that ability to have that grip, and boom! Look at all this. There's the bumper we were talking
Yeah,
about.
I was driving up there with
Stafford.
over
He does a really good job missing these cars.
That's it.
And
Go.
Lavoy, get out of the way, and with that, that'll be the end of that situation for these drivers, and a caution that looms with
Line up
760 laps to go here tonight. With some of the wrecks that happened there, frustration
Gain positions.
up, and not happy with the incident was
Absolutely.
You got a meatball too, Rick.
It was an innocent victim that kind of turned into the major
Yeah,
pinball
getting
that
past
shipped
Gabrielle,
around,
because not, like, when
and he's not happy with the way that incident went down. And
in time before pits.
with all of the wrecks that went and happened, it's going to be the 71 of Edward Shore Jr.
think
to
I
find
can,
himself with required damage.
Clear the passing on the yellow.
Potentially calling it
not
a
clear the
night because I
meatball.
believe
You
his
don't clear the
damage
meatball.
is a blown engine. Once he got into pit
No,
road
I
trying to
don't want
work
the
on
meatball
it,
clear.
and
I just want the black for passing
engine
the
was
yellow. The meatball
looking the
is just there.
finest
I have like 8
for
inch
himself.
so it don't matter.
He's lost the front clip, and
Okay, I got
plenty
you.
of other
Thank
drivers
you.
getting ready for this restart. Up front, going to be Mike Tellier, Vincent Sora, everyone either
you.
taking 2 tires, taking just fuel only.
I think when you
Handful of
clear
drivers
the
throughout the
black
field
flag,
taking 4 tires
no matter
and
what, if you
fuel.
clear the
But
black flag,
Justin,
clears everything, including a
60
meatball.
laps to go. Going to be less than 60 when we go green.
Yeah, of course, meatball, but it won't let
It
me
still
go
feels
back
like
out.
this race is too long at this point to be racing this aggressive, but drivers feeling like they need to get antsy, even though we're not even close to pit stops happening yet.
I believe that's why
I
the
think there's a
29 of
pair.
Anthony Gatto might be so upset. He felt like maybe they were finally starting to log laps and
Wade,
trying to get towards the end of this race, and then all of a sudden, like you said, kind of an innocent victim gets taken out. But I think he's also most frustrated is that he had a fast car tonight. You saw him at times get up there, lead laps, make moves, push people to the lead, and also be the leader. And that's nothing more frustrating than when you think, hey, maybe tonight's my night to get in out there and win this race. And then you kind of get innocent victim caught up in the accident. And the other problem.
So what's the fuel strategies now?
Probably not going to be able to get out there and stay with the pack, as you see.
Well, if you were saying 36,
drivers that we're expecting most likely want to stay in the back, get that extra 2 laps of fuel, maybe take a set of tires as well, and then later on, maybe they'll go no tires or fuel.
well, if you could save some,
No strategy.
might be able to make it one.
Race for sure.
It certainly will be, as Mike
I
Tellier
don't know where they're at, and I ain't got radio.
into pit road. He just drove through pit road that first time around. I think he just wanted to make sure he could go another extra lap, top off on fuel, and get fresh rubber, as he'll be trying to find his way with some friends and allies further on in the back. But that
If you find your way up front, you
3 out of the
run a
top
bunch
drivers being from 19.
wide open, it'll eat more fuel. So
Currently,
it should just be one stop.
the team points heading into tonight, and Vincent Sora, Brian P. Johnson, and Tom Sinchek going to be inside of your top 4. It's shocking. It's so hard not to talk about this. I know I'm terrified speaking about it. We talk about this, I feel like, every race this season, the past couple of seasons. The commentator's curse. You praise a driver who usually gets caught up in a mess. Don't want to do it, but I want to say cheers to the driver in 3rd place in the 98. That's as far as I'm going to go on cheering on Ben.
And I will second that.
I sent him a message.
Go any further. Do not want to risk the commentator curse, but hopefully we get a chance to talk to him later.
And we'll just go on with, hey, Vincent.
Where they at? They're in the back, 25th and 26th.
And also is Brian Johnson up 24 spots from where he started, and Tom Sinchek in 23rd, hoping for the best. Another couple of drivers, being inside of the playoffs. Brian McCann talked about how Trent Jump was part of the list of drivers that potentially could be on the cut line heading into this round. Brian McCann has been very much under the radar. A lot of drivers weren't sure what the 8 machine was going to bring this race tonight. Really setting the stage for him to move on to the next round. As next race is going to be at Darlington, the last race of the round.
All right, sir, here we go.
See who will move on to the round of 12. I mean,
In the restart box,
going to be
go.
fun overall. evening next week. Don't want to miss it. But for tonight, we get prepared as it is going to be 58 laps.
Got a good launch, clear low.
As we are back to green flag action, it's the teammates in line. Vincent Sora, Brian P. Johnson.
The guy in the bottom has no help at all.
Row.
You are clear low again.
Lap 42, Brian Johnson going to lead them into turn 1. As I say that,
Good launch. 24 looking outside, no help.
Bracy,
P3.
dropping pretty fast, though. That outside line's got
Clear all the way around.
up there with Brian P. Johnson, Tom Senchek. They're looking to check out.
They just going to go straight middle line?
Cam Machine that you mentioned. What's he going to be bringing tonight? Is he going to sneak away and get this win?
Middle and high have a lot of momentum.
And he could be one of the factors. Ollie Fonseca, John Forbes from ISRC Truck Series. They both have had some strong moments. John Forbes, who's looking for a chance, joining with them. Going to be
24 has a bunch of cars behind him.
But up front, still Johnson, Tom Sinchek. And Sora is the one that's going to be dropping back.
I'm going to choose the bottom.
Trying to find his way to get back moving forward. We're
Okay.
going to see the shuffle of drivers that were lingering in the back, having a chance to push forward. Really, our whole
Slow car coming back up on track. Looks like he's moving high.
There's only about 5 drivers that were up in the top 5 when I look back to the end of the stage. They're still in the top 5 as lap car.
He's up by the wall and clear.
As the rest of the field stay low.
The lap car will definitely want to stay high because this pack is coming fast. Lap car not going to have the speed. Even damage is going to be even slower. Stay way up high. Luckily, right now, these drivers are staying 2x2. Not really risking to get 3 wide yet. You maybe see one car out there 3 wide in the back, but he'll have plenty.
98's going to try looking outside.
Inside.
Still no help. He's going to get taken over by the 51 on the bottom.
Thompson checks.
Still no threat outside.
Fourth, gets the score 5th. And that's about it. As I say that, they're going to start shuffling again. This is Sora going to get up in 4th position now. Utilize the draft there. Look at the 9 machine really pushing hard. On the 80, on the 98 of Bankini, the 9 pushing, trying to get that momentum. Ollie Fonseca makes a move right to the inside. I mean, he was barely cleared right there. We're still seeing aggressive moves.
I think right there you saw Shane was trying to work with the 98. A little bit of a door slap between themselves. That's going to kill all momentum. But just not trusting how the drivers.
I'm watching more for runs behind you now versus the guys in front.
There you saw Ben was
Tempo
to drive her to be the lead machine, and the field dumps him. It's one of those things where we're going to see that throughout the night of, you know, you had your chance to kind of prove yourself throughout the season at Atlanta.
That top line is completely falling apart. You got at least good 4 or 5 cars behind you until you get to your first guy in the middle line.
You just don't trust being a lead driver, sometimes even being a pusher.
And just as I say that, they're going to change it.
When you're pushing, you really want to have that guy in front of you be able to hold the wheel a certain way. A lot of drivers like to try and work together. They practice that. They want to make sure that this driver runs this line through the corners, and then maybe he can get on the side of the bumper a little bit where they feel the most important way to push is maybe on that right side. These
Coming up middle line.
on the left side. Some drivers not lining up the bumpers the right way, and they
There.
people looking to get around you. But that does not mean anything because you still
On your right rear.
5 more laps.
11's giving the 16 a shove.
They're learning and testing each other multiple times, and eventually everyone else will get their pairs of.
Now you got the 11 and the 24. 51 behind you.
See the teamwork, the team aspects.
They caught up to the leader. You're double wide.
One another in line on the 3rd groove. See Tom Horn. He's been working on that damage all
16 dropped in on the bottom. You're now 4th in line.
position, trying to help out his teammate from Sky Motorsports.
Good call.
Stafford moving high, going to be joining in. It is now a full Sky Motorsports top row as Take That Back Storm Motorsports wants to join the mix.
I can
You're
back
about
off
to
now.
be 3 wide, 25, 53.
Campbell, also Christopher Wade, and in past series, Christopher Wade, Ken Campbell, they were
They are racing.
Back double.
for the longest time. And
Yes, they are. Back triple again, 7 and 9.
era of when we were covering during Thursday night.
Oh no.
These two, when you saw Christopher
You're
Wade,
okay.
the 15 of Ken Campbell in line.
I don't want to lose that spot.
7 outside.
They were the threats to win.
Now you got the 2.
Race we went to, and they're finally in line on that outside groove, trying to crack inside of the
Back
top
3, 15 and 2 up high.
And I mean, I really thought these drivers were going to calm down.
Now just the 2. He's in the middle.
Wide everywhere on this track.
You are 3 wide again.
Even if you're
51 up high.
back right now, if an accident happens, can you?
53 rather.
You have time to see what's happening before drivers start checking up and you slam into them and then you're spinning out.
Middle line is where all the momentum's at right now. 14 and 15 outside. You're 3.
They're kind of spread out, Sam.
A little bit of a checkup. You're okay.
When they have that big gap between them, they get that big momentum, and then they don't know.
97 outside, back 3, 15, 97.
See some of these problems happen.
And we also saw there
A
going.
little bit of a checkup again.
The amount of
You're good.
drafting everyone in every line is trying to do.
07 coming up, 3.
Right. They're trying to slow down either lane
Here
possible.
comes the 29 following. Middle line has momentum.
The 9 further on back, trying to get in line with Arians with the second of the yellow machine, but up
29 and 15 up high, 3 wide.
with the netcode wrecks we've seen, with the getting into one another.
29, 24, still 3.
Moving up. There are small moments that you just hold your breath and hope that everyone stays in line. And
Leaders back on the bottom.
which see now another
Here
Jua.
comes 15 outside.
Drew Jua, Douglas Newbigging up front and trying to lead the way and hoping for some other lucky duck drivers.
They are double wide all the way back to you.
Possible, but another driver of note, GT Rosari, caught up in one of our most recent cautions, is second on the outside, pushing Joshua Kanata to the point.
And 97 behind him, another driver who was, at one point we saw him going through turns 1 and 2 a little sideways. He's right behind GT. And behind that, Brian Noel, who we saw him in the inside.
75 now outside, still double wide all the way back to you.
Like we talked about.
Reckon, go low.
Cars can take the damage. I mean,
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Come up, come up, come. You're good, you're good, you're good.
he's inside the top 7. I'm impressed. I thought he
A
was.
little bit of grass.
Oh, you're crazy.
You just helped out the maintenance people a little bit. You're good.
Down, Gaudio getting into Noel and others shipped around and caution.
Good thing I don't have my heart rate monitor on.
Cross into the halfway of tonight's race.
Halfway,
Where were you
lap
going?
50,
My guy?
Brian Noel,
My guy.
heavy
Scared the shit out of me.
impact. I think that might have been his.
All right, let me take a look. Just make sure you're good on the front.
May have really.
Yeah, you're all straight.
He wasn't really part of the wreck, kind of just was.
Good thing for that fake grass, right?
Impact right there off the 7 of Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about him as well.
Help you out there, buddy.
So unfortunate.
Oh, the big
That one probably is going to do both of those drivers in, I would imagine.
Gaudio.
Right at the end, Ryan
Sorry,
Kelly.
Just let that
I was
thing roll
debating
down.
to go down pit road or not, and I
Yeah,
chose
Ryan
not
Kelly
to.
not happy. We have to
I was gonna
watch
go
right here
down
on
pit
board
road,
with
so I
that. I
saw
mean,
you
he probably
flying.
thought he was through this accident.
I say we just go in.
Stop trying to build a case
Watch.
against me.
I just turned the tires off.
Trying to slow
I see you just cleared the tires.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
You just let it roll
I say we go in and
Is it
It's
Arca
one of
brake
the
when you did
pet
use that?
peeves.
fuel. I think a lot of people would take
Yes,
fuel
it's
here,
just
right?
seen.
Or does it
Oh,
not
I
gain
wouldn't know.
anything?
I understand
Yeah.
from the driver's perspective. You're frustrated. Maybe you throw
Yeah.
your hands off the steering wheel, you're off the pedals.
That's going to be
Still a moving vehicle on
it's going to be
track.
about 10
You do
laps,
not disconnect immediately. You can ruin other
10,
people's
11
races.
laps. So
Anthony Gaudio goes from bad bump to causing the wreck to then just
still ain't enough.
couple more
Make it.
as he lets the 29 drop down because if he
No.
held the brake, he would have stopped right
Not at all.
there.
Everybody's going to still have to stop one more time.
And lets Kelly get involved. And for Kelly, that is a frustrating incident that was just unnecessary.
And that goes right back to what we were both discussing about 5 minutes ago. Even being in the back, do you feel safe? Do you have time to slow down and avoid the incident? Right now, Ryan Kelly, right now, his team, they're hoping that they're able to get this car fixed for him. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but like you said, Sam, just really unfortunate. It's one of those things, a car rolling backwards right there. You're just hoping that
Stay low. You got one outside.
sometimes
Broke the pit
a little
wall.
difference between the
There you go.
simulator and
That was your
the
teammate, unfortunately.
you just gotta maybe forget to do
Oops.
something that you're not used to doing.
And driver
Yeah, no, you can do about that.
John Forbes, Ryan Noel, Anthony Gaudio, Ryan Kelly, and Carl Pooler. I went back to see how Carl Pooler and John Forbes got required damage because they weren't a part of the initial.
P10.
Turns out John Forbes went into a complete lockdown, and Carl Pooler marker breaks his way right into the 11. That is
Seriously though, somebody check out
frustrating. Things that are talked about all throughout the season, not getting fixed here later on, and now the field
Sorry,
with this caution, they now know they're into the second half, and that calm down period kind of might have phased away. We're now heading into the chaos half of this race.
Well, we're in that back half of the race, but as we keep saying, you got to be there at the end of these.
Dang,
races.
Ron
You gotta be
wrecked.
there at the end to have a chance.
Pete, go back and look to see what happened to Ron.
they have a chance. And the drivers with heavy contact and heavy damage or required, they're going to be laps down. They're not going to have a
It
chance.
says somebody else got him
Right
not
now,
holding brakes.
9 laps to go. The goal is you got to get to the end of this race. We talk about it every week, but drivers who get to the end, more than likely, they're going to get good points.
See Anthony Agadio, John Forbes.
Don himself ending his own night here this evening, has called it an evening, and has left to serve. We're going to be our first official DNF of
Ryan Kelly, right?
evening.
Yeah, number 3.
Into our second.
He's in the
half
pits.
of
Let me see.
Up front, going to be the teammates from Storm Motorsports. It's Christopher Wade, Ken Campbell. Third, going to be Drew Jewett from Lucky Ducks. Then it's Joshua Kanata, Mike Tellier.
You don't see anything?
Rest of the top 10 going to be Brian B. Johnson, GT Rizzo,
I'm checking it right now.
Tom Sinch,
Oh, 10-4.
and Brian McCann in the 8 machine. Some of the drivers that were playoff contenders that we said watch out for, that they needed to have some good runs, still in the middle of the field with Trenton Jump as well as in 10th place, but surprising, shocking drivers involved with that wreck. Again, John Forbes, Ryan Kelly, both with heavy damage, able to get the damage repaired.
Oh, Ryan Kelly must have got hit on the track.
And still be in a
Ryan Kelly got
position.
major damage.
Their nights are not completely over, but we'll see what the engine.
He blinked out.
At full song, and if the aero damage is too bad, once we
That was the cause of the wreck, blinking?
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting you the one to go.
It's
Anthony Gaudio will be.
no. There was smoke all around him, and just as he was about to try to avoid it, he blinked out. So I can't tell exactly what happened.
Justin, it's been a wild season.
Hit that lag switch.
I think that wreck might have been one of the more shocking
Yeah.
incidents is to see after the initial bad bump.
That fourth
Yeah, he
pedal.
blinked out for a while and then reappeared in the grass.
After the wreck is over, I mean, it was crazy to see the impact on how much Brian Kelly potentially even got on damage. Don't know the exact amount of time, but even going that slow, still getting the heavy damage impact on the front end can't be good for the car. But like you said, hopefully they got it fixed and he's able to continue. There's a lot of drivers out there with damage, so
Oh, still got to pit once.
be dealing with damage on this
Yep.
restart. The most important thing, not losing a draft.
Do not lose the draft.
Just like the broadcast just said, most important thing is don't lose the draft. You lose a draft,
Position.
caution doesn't come out, race is over.
Birthday today. Happy birthday to that 25.
Yeah.
As we get ourselves prepared to get
Happy
back
birthday,
to Green
Tony.
Flag Racing with Storm Motorsports, going to be your top 2 for this restart. Again, we started tonight. 100 laps was the distance. We had the stage. At
I'm pretty good where we're starting here.
Didn't get to lap 20. We had to end it early.
Let's work on getting that bottom lane.
Today. Cautions have been mounting.
I got you.
Like some past races that we've had here at Talladega Season 4, we had 6 cautions total. And it was Steven Stimbian who led the most laps that won
All right.
that race. Might come down to some
Leaders in the box. And go.
to stay up front and be the control vehicle. We'll see, though, if Storm Motorsports can continue the trend of leading, or will they fall backwards?
He went so late. Everybody's really stacked.
Lap 50,
Jesus. 3 wide.
or 53.
He just nosed it in.
53
Who is that?
Yes, he did. He just literally pushed you up the track.
Gold car on
That's right.
What's it-
51's with you.
15 Ken.
What's his name?
Outside
K's back down.
lead. I said outside line going to build him up.
That's Tom Senchak.
That's Cody, 25 Cody Reed.
Still 3.
What a move.
Him down the straightaway. You're going to see him come in the picture. And look at that. Ken Hamilton lead by
24 and the 70 down low. You're still up high.
Continuing.
Now the 9 coming in to fill that gap also.
15 stays
Still 3.
Someone's going to ditch him. Kanata might not do it, but Johnson might see the 2 Adini Cochran.
98 low.
Side row. Thompson
Clear to middle.
also could be a factor of who's going to ditch the 15 here, as actually looks like they might all just stay in line. The outside rows looking strong as they continue to push forward.
like maybe the outside line. These drivers are starting to figure out sometimes.
32 on still on your left rear.
Of the
All
car.
right, back 3 again. Big run here. Big pull.
They really had a lot of speed built up on that outside line. But
Clear low.
Who will pull out? Who will drop to the inside? Right.
Still got a nice run.
Use that middle lane like they're running on that outside.
3 wide. 97-14. Back double. Just a 97.
Roll as some 3 wide action here in the middle of the group. Ken Campbell still leads up front, but
The car in front of you is not pushing the guy in front of him. So you're going to continue to drop 14 still outside.
Damage that he was working on. Didn't feel like he was going to be a front runner, but obviously with the damage we've been
There you go. One car pulled down. Should help you out a little bit. Still doubled.
That's pretty much it. At full strength, you might still have a chance to fight up front. The drafting
Back trip, 14 and 97. Now just a 14. He's in the middle line.
engine power is being more important.
The leaders about top 5 or 6 and are in that middle line. Aaron's now outside with the 5 behind him. You got the 19 with you.
Like drivers, they got damaged. They're able to stay with the group more than they have been in the past. But these cars, how much damage can they
3 wide again. Aaron in the middle.
bouncing off one another all night tonight? Drew, though, like you said, he had
The middle's clear.
damage. He's up there still running. Look at, he's even on the inside line, so he's not holding up the inside line. He was just
Middle's still clear.
Big moves. Have to follow that car and see
Clear all the way up.
to the front right now, running back in about 10th, 12th position. But these drivers up front, they're choosing to use that middle lane right now. No one's really wanting to drop down low and do anything.
Okay.
I say that though, Brian B. Johnson's going to get to the outside, and this is going to make
One outside.
a decision. Who's he going to go with?
Who does he trust? And
Middle's now falling back. High side has all the momentum.
the word
You got Aaron 2 cars ahead.
for a quick moment will deke out of the way.
Now the 16 outside.
Drivers in the middle groove, and all advantage goes to the outside groove with a little bit of movement, and drivers trying to make some bold moves. The 7 of Douglas Newbegin not wanting to work with Dakota Moniz.
53 now outside.
Seeing
Here comes the 11 as well.
people they are willing to work with, others they just are at all costs trying to avoid, as we are 3 wide from spit on back. Drivers trying to find themselves in a better position, and John Forbes, who was caught up in that wreck and required damage, who's in the mixture near Christopher Wade, who is leading at this restart. But up front, it is going to be your driver.
53 outside.
It's Brian B. Johnson, Danny Docker Thompson.
Here comes the 11 right with him.
It is all 490.
That middle line just scooting away.
Currently.
Forbes, that number 11 car, we talked to him after winning the stage, and what did he say? He said he wanted to ride
11 outside.
stage points, 10 bonus points were going to carry over. He felt really confident about just riding in the back, but even riding in the back, he still had some incidents.
Middle's open.
Shows, again, showing proof that really
Middle's back closed. 19.
this track with this driving style of these
Clear behind the 19.
beating and banging on one another, and they're going to sail off into turn 1, and they're going to continue to race 2 by 2 all over this track, even 3 wide.
19 back outside.
You can see the field through the
Clear again.
Just all staying 3 wide, except for our top 4.
Clear all the way up.
Hold the middle groove. That's where they're feeling the most confident and comfortable at this moment to go full
75 way up high. Middle's still close. Middle's still open.
row has been Joshua Canada on the inside.
That was a save.
Big run on the bottom due to a checkup up high.
Help, if possible, is the big thing for the drivers on the inside and outside row, but looking like the middle group.
Middle's open.
It falls apart, and now Johnson did
Oh, that's Cody. That's that guy that doored me.
Joshua Canada to keep this front group
Yep.
back. Canada does not want to work within the 16, bounces to the middle, and Canada going to lead that lap for the 16 machine.
You can see this camera angle really building the suspense as it gets
75 is way up high.
all over the
Middle's still open.
and then they come close to you, and they just see how quick they're all over this track, really just doing an amazing job, putting on a great show. But I tell you, Sam, when
About to be 3 wide. 15 now in the middle. 56 up high.
you're just waiting for it, based off what we saw in the first 20 laps, how aggressive the runs were, and
Still 3.
the 3 wide action really puts a toll on these drivers out there. I mean, they've been doing this now for 60 laps. The nerves are getting up there. The muscles are starting to get fatigued too. So you're
Still
going
3. 15 and 75.
to see coming out of this corner, it's going to stay 3 wide. That first outside line, Ollie Fonseca, he's going to try and build that momentum and take these cars on the outside line to the promised land of first place.
Trying to make these moves work.
Still 3.
50 laps are now in the book.
A little bit of a checkup in the middle. You're going to move ahead a little bit.
To race out here to
11 still with you.
laps here at Talladega, and we've seen
High side's moving. You are clear middle and up high.
has been
Now you got the 30. I'm sorry, 98 in the middle.
back and forth. Up front, our top 5 are drivers that have moved forward.
Still 3 now again.
Over 15
Moving on up.
more from where they started this race is our top 5. The one driver
Still 3. 26 and 53.
is going to be Douglas Newbegin.
Going to be a little bit of a checkup on the bottom.
One of these front running positions.
Oh my.
in second.
You wasn't kidding.
Through.
Oh,
We talked about it in chat. Wasn't feeling good. He's now
what are they doing up there?
this race.
All right, clear up high.
16 right behind there. The three of them all working together. Danny Cochran, as you see, Ollie Fonseca also going by. But look at that third lane up top. They're trying to still make the moves. Aaron Smith, the second up there. Let's say that. Danny Cochran going to pull down to the inside underneath the 16. He's going to make it
14 in the middle.
with momentum. Trying
Double
to
wide.
from the inside row to the front. Late block. 16 went up late. Luckily, there was no contact. Christopher Wade gave him a break right there. Joshua Canada with that late block right there. Almost thought Danny Cochran was going to get involved in that incident right there. And Cody Reed, I thought, was going to come down in front of him. But both drivers were able to work it out.
You are clear in the middle and clear all the way up.
Side, Ollie Fonseca.
Now just still clear middle.
Douglas Newbiggie trying to push everything he can to keep the positions here for him and Drew Jewett, but they're not going to do it. Danny Cochran might have led that lap.
As they continue to fight back.
3 wide, 15 and 70, a little bit of a checkup.
And Ollie Fonseca, they're on different teams.
14 outside, middle clear, 56 is up by the wall.
Monday night, but having the same sponsor.
I hit that 8.
Sponsor of Layer Out Productions, usually in chat for both Wednesdays and Monday.
11 now middle, double wide.
You out there in chat, but for this two drivers he sponsors, and always is hoping for
3 all the way back to you.
2 currently in the purple machines, and they almost caused calamity. His bounce to the outside is going to be Ollie Fonseca. That's the duck to the outside to ditch the 2 to cool off that front bumper and get some cool air on the grill to cool off the engine.
Middle clear.
Just like that, you go from one of the strongest pairs moving forward to
Back double with the 15.
back.
And as we say that, Drew Jewett,
Now 3, 98.
bottom all the way up high. Really aggressive.
And
Outside
36,
nervous about the
I think that is.
side. Now Douglas Newbiggie is going to actually drop to the inside. He's going to try and lead this race. Get some
56, there we go.
front nose. The best way to do it. Have the car out front. Tom Senchek going to now push Brian P. Johnson.
Still 3,
Push that inside line. All
98 on you, hold your line.
Seen it a little bit. Douglas Newbiggie to the inside. To the race lead. They're going to fight back.
All right, back double wide.
Not sure if the 77 is going to have enough pressure from behind pushing him.
Middle clear again, middle clear. 14 now middle, 53 all the way up.
That's one of the points that we haven't really
75 now middle.
visibility. Some of these drivers, you're not leading driver, you run too low, you can pump visibility for driver where you want to go. It's Ollie Fonseca just digging it to the outside through. He wants to be a lead driver in
Rest of your time.
machines that he knows quite well. Joshua going to be seen cannot
Clear all the way up.
good Moniz.
Yeah, I heard
Hitting the outside
clear,
row and
then
also having
started
strength from
going
Lucky
up like
Ducks.
half
So the
a second
70
later.
of Aaron Smith the second. Outside row looks
I think we're in a good spot here. My current thinking is when everybody, the first big group I see go in, just go in with them.
Aaron Smith the second, Drew Jewett. They're trying to get Lucky
Okay.
Ducks in line.
Because hopefully they'll come out
Free from belt.
and be in a single file and outrun this big pack.
Now all of a sudden these drivers, they kind of got spread out really again. Now they're going to rubber band back together and get that big momentum. That's where we see the contact, late blocks, people making the
Clear all the way up still.
16, is he going to come up and block Kit Campbell? Be a late block if he does. Now that's going to allow Cochran to shoot down.
11 coming with a run in the middle.
Inside lane is
Stalled out.
really
Clear middle, clear high.
We're expecting it to, as we see on other super speedways. It seems like anyone in that middle lane's
Outside.
big momentum, but then they all drop down to the inside.
I guess the other strategy would be
You're going to see some maybe pair up,
run it closer to dry, hoping for yellow.
let people get by them.
I mean, it's more so of, again, finding spacing in all of your taps. If you're going to go to the front, you have to push the driver in front of you to get momentum, to make these big pushes.
Now that I think about it more,
For a lot of drivers,
Clear middle behind the 68.
with those big,
as long as you got
you have to reorganize.
a long line that stays
Back
out.
3 wide, 68, 53.
and get ready to make another big surge. And maybe
Back double.
potentially
They'll be quick too.
laps and get more line over. Staying high. Unfortunately, Ryan Kelly just not enough time to get repairs done.
I'm leaning towards staying out.
Fall back to the end of this group. We'll try to tag along with the draft, but just the damage.
Well,
Great for Kelly.
everybody around you
Stay
went in on lap 50.
fall.
So they're going to have the same fuel depending on how much time they spent up front.
You guys do.
Continues the race on. Now going to be 2x2 as they were trying to let
Oh, somebody locked them up big time.
stay high.
There was a trail of smoke back there.
Also getting to a point.
Yeah, that was a 16.
That stuff's could be going on as pit road going to be called for some drivers.
What are we doing?
Be slow down moments for Kanata.
What a checkup.
Forbes, and no radio call. And they were,
Yep, you are clear up.
it was a dramatic just 1-2. They're going to pits.
No radio call, but did the 16 get below pit road speed? I mean, it seemed
He
like
did
he
not.
really made a late.
Black flag. He does have a black flag penalty. Too fast entering. Kanata, 40-second hold. That hurts Forbes and the 16.
It also hurts Ryan Kelly, who now is going to be dealing with other cars that are going to be getting a lap down with the penalty. Speaking of Brian Noel, he's going to be getting lapped really shortly. He's about 43 seconds off the pace.
All right, I'll set you up unless you're still thinking about staying out, just for fuel only.
Right now, they're going to get
Fuel and
slow
no
down.
tires.
Yes, I'll give you a tear off.
And a little tear off, please. Thank you.
It's going to be the monsters. It's all coming to a row together. Again, some drivers pairing
All
up.
right, tires are clear.
Group COD Monsters having the help from Tyler Dangler, who joined the pack with them, as well as see the likes of John Forbes joining in with the fun. But currently, I'm going to be the lead driver. It's Lucky Ducks. Going to be Aaron Smith the second, Drew Jua, and a few more drivers over the radio trying to prepare for when they're going to enter pit road. Looks like this time around, watch out for another group as part of this lead pack to enter pit road.
One of the things we'll definitely be watching for after everyone cycles through is sometimes you see on these tracks,
Clear low.
cars get really spread out after these pit stops. And that's kind of when we have that chance to maybe go caution free when we get these groups of maybe 5 or 6 cars spread out and get 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Aaron's leading on the bottom.
Only 5 or 6 cars. And then, Sam, that's where we really sometimes have that risk of going caution free. So right now, if you're not in those front groups, that could be the problem.
Are you going with them?
And looking at drivers that
Can you tell? That's behind me, isn't it?
field has made their first, could be their final.
I couldn't tell.
of the night.
That's way behind me.
It's going to be the Ollie Fonseca, the 24,
Okay.
the 5 of Dakota Moniz, Tyler Dingler, Cody Reed, going to be the first back. They're being caught up by the likes of Mike Tellier, Larry Gingling, Zach Cole, John Forbes, and lap car of Chris Stitz. They're going to be trying to up their own pack to build up as much speed.
Don't forget to
Down.
adjust your brake bias if you've adjusted it at all.
Group that we
I'm a little on the safe side forward. I'll have to work it back if I lock my front up.
the fastest laps. Our lead group
Okay.
putting down lap times of a 49.3.
It's going to have to be 10th up.
51 still outside.
Currently,
Lead group.
putting down
Now the deuce.
49.3 as
Doug's in front of me in this
Back to
pack.
51.
speed, which is not good.
Yeah.
That second pack, you need to be running at least 1 to
Yeah, Doug is P7.
faster than the lead pack.
I'm not sure if he said pit or not.
Race like this, side by side, and maybe even go 3 wide to slow down the momentum.
I think the big question
I see Aaron duck down. I'm
as
going.
cars enter pit road and what strategy are they thinking right now? What are we thinking on fuel? Drivers pitting right now, 33 laps to go. That first group, they pitted at 67, so they'll have to go 33 laps if they want to make this be their final pit stop. Drivers that are out there right now, they're coming at 29 laps to go.
And I think for this lead group, it's whatever they feel most comfortable to hit pit road. They're trying to set their own pace. When you're finally getting to the back.
Can we take less fuel?
That
How much do we need?
their own momentum.
Yeah, sure.
Really just go full go.
That's hard to tell.
He does.
I would say maybe, what, 14 and a half?
Around, as well as seeing a little bit of lap cars in front, hoping to tag along with maybe some drafts, pull them forward.
Or you want to go with 10?
Entering pit road, but watch out for this group. They're online. It looks like this is the sign. Pit stops for Lucky Ducks and anyone else that wants to join with them.
I had to think about if they were going to pit there.
Hope for the best.
So it's half a gallon a lap. So
They're going to go another lap.
so we got
Potentials now.
20 in the tank,
The pit stop
38 to go.
But I tell you, the
So
thing about it is they've now got 5 laps extra.
add a little extra to it. 8 gallons, is that an option?
Race. Now it would matter potentially.
Let's see.
Checkered.
7-3 or 9-1?
Green, white, checkered.
7-3.
Have the extra fuel in case they won't have
7-3? All right.
That'd be 15 laps. That won't be enough for green, white, checkers.
2 laps. Might get the huge tow off of these.
9-1.
Yeah.
Maybe 2-3 tenths of a second. Is there a catch?
About all we can get in it
Done.
anyway.
They are in this lead group. That last lap, a 49.
Oh, damn, they went in behind me.
That's 14.
I'll just have to go in with this group in front of me. We might actually catch a draft here
Yeah.
and gain some track time.
It's just motoring at full song, but they will be broken up another pack of drivers entering pit road. That's going to be nightmare fuel coming into pit road. That's the back half of
The guy that's behind Aaron just really needs to hook up.
and a few other drivers.
Yeah, we're going to catch this group here.
Up in the mix here. Also going to be Brian McCann. And this, honestly, not a bad group to be, you know, attached to. Lucky Ducks has been a strong Super Speedway course group. They've just had poor luck at moments. We hope that this
All right, sitting P7.
round as that last lap, another 49.1 second lap time.
I think this is real good here.
Look at some of the other drivers have already pitted. They're
Yep, he's still not going in.
49.6. They are losing over half a second to this group we see on screen that is yet to pit.
And that group now, they are definitely getting a tow from those cars in front, so look to see them have maybe even a potentially faster lap, give themselves even more time. This is where we talk about after pit stops, we can see this group have a big lead over other drivers. They're going to get a big tow now here going up into turn 1.
And that last lap going to be 49.2.
Drew, that was just talking. He's sitting P2.
The second as he's starting to get the pole on.
Was he calling? I think he was calling out they're going to stay single.
Already made a pit stop being Sky Motorsports.
Yeah.
They've got some heavily damaged machines trying to stay attached.
That's good. Even better for us.
Where
Aaron's going to the outside, so he's not pitting this time.
trying to put down Tom Bourne a lap down. Bronson Stafford, the rest of the Lucky Ducks currently.
I'm surprised I would be pitting right now. You don't.
These cars that are on the inside are going to kind of break that up.
Slow down the speed now. The advantage that you got.
Yeah, they went to go block them.
Running side by side, trying to pass these cars on a longer distance.
Go way up high.
That's dirty.
As they had not pitted,
That's dirty.
they're going to keep pushing the envelope. Now they're going to get.
Yeah, it is.
They're really going to check up. They're going to lose a lot of time.
He didn't want to lose a lap. These guys are losing a lap.
Got to be on their toe and try and gain as much time as they can right now as these leaders get in there.
Aaron stayed with him, though.
Heavy traffic. I'm not.
You are clear of the last car on the bottom.
Step up to the outside, trying to slow down.
Back to middle line. Way back low again.
Forward and stay on the lead lap because Bronson Stafford.
Who's he pushing? Who's Aaron pushing?
That car is lucky.
Lucky Ducks, and at this moment, 61, trying to be the lead driver, and but that last lap.
All right, still staying out.
Now the fastest lap of the night without quitting.
He is pushing the 61,
61 continues to be the
which is Bronson Stafford.
no Vincent Sora unsafe.
Go up high.
For the 51.
What just happened?
Back into pit
Up.
road for a
40.
40-second pole. Vincent Sora.
Aaron went around that guy who was pushing.
He's a champion.
That will really, really hurt him. I mean, you have a bad race tonight.
46 still outside, no hole. Now open outside.
Struggling to make it.
Oh, we just lost.
That's why it's so important tonight to get the stage.
No, you're okay. You still got the 56.
A bad error. Pit road.
You're clear low.
Not what he wants to see.
As you're seeing this group, lap cars and lead lap drivers going back and forth on who's going to have a better position.
Aaron's not going in. You still have a pusher.
Most of the Sky Motorsports, but Aaron's
And because they're broken up, you're not going to lose.
taking off. Those drivers are setting sail, but it's the drivers that are stuck behind 6, 7 going to be stuck here. That's going to be Brian McCann, Richard Wolsifer. They were not able to fully stay attached to our front group. They're just going to have to be mired with Sky Motorsports that are losing touch to the lead group of 4.
And
You're good. Stay right where you're at.
He's placed 33.
He is shoving the crap out of you.
In time.
205
Go way up
miles per
high. Go
hour.
third line.
0.3, so you can see it live.
Go third line. Go third line.
It's changing as these drivers catch other packs as they're able to go with 35 seconds now. So it is climbing. Do not want to be losing any more time. 35.3. So that's going to be
All right, stay there.
item to watch right there. Especially
I'll find a hole for you down low. Aaron, stay out again.
I gotta get down for when they pit.
7.
I'm gonna have to go.
Position. And they're going to swing. Who's going to be that lead car as they are all
Stay middle. Stay middle.
9 all the way back. 6, 1, 2, 7.
Clear low.
Place. This front
They
group.
just wrecked behind you.
Lap cars pay off.
No caution.
As they're 4 wide behind our leaders, and a caution. Good save, Aaron Smith the second, as well as Drew Jua.
Stay right there. Stay with them.
They're gonna have to make a pit stop here in the next 4.
If they go high, go high.
They will have to
9's going outside, right rear.
push it as far as you can go. Hope that you build a big enough gap that even if you have mistakes, it can be a minimum.
You ran out of steam.
This is one of those moments where you're around so many lap
They
cars.
And
stayed
they're
out
still
again.
not pit.
This is
They're hoping for a caution.
the place to be running at the moment.
the other
Yeah, they are.
caution does come out.
But you're for the most part, you're caught back up though.
Who pitted to pit, so these guys would all cycle to the behind those guys. They would lose a lot of track position, I would imagine. I can't see everyone else coming into the pits. if they already were out there, but who knows? Maybe they'll be having a different mindset. These drivers, when they take their pit stop, it's been over 10 laps since we've seen the other groups go out there and make pit stops. And right now, the 16, he's going to pull to the outside, trying to battle some positions. Right,
that guy to the outside, he's a lap down.
Side, trying to do a little bit of side drafting to slow down this group, if anything. But at that last lap, it was a 48.9 second lap time for our leaders. Those that have already pitted, a 49.4. So that was
Aaron staying out.
being made by Mike Tellier in the second pack that's trying to run down our leaders. But they're all
Coming to 21 to go.
moment in. Once again, we still have 7 drivers yet to pit that will have to go into pit road before the night is over. Technically 9 with Christopher Wade that's kind of out of touch back in 17th position. But our top 8 drivers, it is a duel between them. With our top 7 in the rank call, or will Mike Tellier and everyone else behind stay 8th place?
Still clear low, bring it in. Nope, yep, you are. Bring it in.
Opportunity trying to get ahead.
13 checked up for you.
We can pace better, and right now it is the front 7 that are having the better pace.
And I also think, Sam, with these drivers staying out, if you're thinking they can go another 3 to 4 more laps, it puts them in the
13 looking outside.
They just do enough fuel.
Aaron staying out again.
6 seconds worth. They'll have to do a faster pit stop
Outside.
pit road, and then they'll be able to then stay together, the 7 of them, and go out there and
Might need to adjust our fuel.
7 drivers.
Coming up on some more lap traffic, but they're single cars.
Different opportunities to try to minimize on time lost to be out there for our front 7. We have lost another driver. That's Jared Hughes. The 6
Pump me down to
Go
the
middle
7.
lane.
It's on a night for themselves, but looking at
Clear
it,
low.
second, trying to get by the teammate of Brian Noel in the 07, pushing that pack to go high.
Yeah.
And the 07, no front clip, no front bumper, and just salvaging the evening. Here is Noel.
Coming up on another lap car.
Front pack, side by side.
Thank
This
you,
is not
teammate.
where you
He
want
went
it.
down on the apron.
Only single file
Aaron stayed out.
speed, but
Didn't have time to check,
they're not all
sorry.
lead lap drivers. That's
And
why
I
they're
know
willing
Ross
to
in the
fight
front
side by
didn't kill
side.
me.
Multiple drivers on different agendas, and as we say that, looks like Trent Jump's going to go into pit road, but does he have any help?
I'm not sure if
Not really seeing too many other drivers pull off with him.
No, the other driver that
We'll give
pulled
it a
off was
try.
Christopher Wade, who was about to go a lap down and also was in a zone where he needed to go into pit road.
The 11 in front still has their draft. They'll pull you up.
They're going to have to pit. They're in a spot where they could still, I would assume, at least one more lap. But it could be this lap that they're thinking about pitting, and that's why we're seeing the ANSI build up. Nick Crawford, Cedric Hunter, also Shane Tarrant, and many others bounce to the outside lane. They don't want to be slowed down by the drivers that are going to have to pit right here.
Staying out.
We're going to find out.
I changed the fuel to 7 gallons.
Out in front of
Okay.
the cars that are already pitted. We can see on board, they're going to not pit. I thought
That'll be
they were gonna
14 and 15 laps. I'm good on that.
One more lap. See what happens on the strategy. It'll be really interesting to see what they have up their sleeve. Can't wait to experience. We're going to have to wait another lap around before we even have a chance to see them hit pit road.
Now it's going to be Snow Desert leading this pack. Now they are going to be on the first couple of drivers on the lead lap currently of Cedric Hunter and Nick Crawford for the 77 or 75. You duck low, stay in line. I think if anything, you have to stay in line at this moment. There's really no advantage of trying to pass and your box.
Coming in.
The Sky Motorsports, I think Shane Terry and Tom Bourne trying to work as one, but over the call, Drew Jua pitting this time. Here they go, scattering to the inside groove.
There they go. They're all peeled off. They're going to make their pit stops. Trent Jump came out about 37 seconds behind us, about 3.5 and 4 seconds, and then Mike Teller. So these drivers all hit their marks. Do the same thing as Trent Jump. They should come out ahead of the field, but they're only going to have 6 cars. Will that 6 cars be enough to pull away from everyone else?
Well,
No traffic. Come. Don't speed.
Gavin Rogers did not get queued soon enough, and the 75
I think it's bad.
this pack. He's going to be pitting by his own, the 3-time winner
I
of the
didn't,
season.
but they took less fuel than I did. Dang it.
On his own whenever he comes into pit road.
Now, his strategy might be he's going to have to
I saw 57 when I crossed the line.
not take tires and maybe take the least amount of fuel as he can to try and get back that time he missed.
I got lucky there.
Out with the group, and he's going to choose to stay out another lap. So maybe he's got something figured out where he thinks this group is going to be faster and he'll be able to make back.
Yeah.
But eventually,
Oh, it came out
Let's
5th,
see where
though.
this pack is coming from.
Yeah, I'll catch this pack behind me. They're the winners there.
That's been
Yeah.
trapped.
As long as they don't just blow right by you, though.
That's why
That'll happen too.
That looks like that's 2 cars behind you only.
with some of the other drivers like Lucky Ducks that were part of the
But they are nose to tail.
decided to be the lead driver. They're using more fuel, being the control up front, but
And then behind them, they've got a string of about 5 or 6 cars.
who's got
With 16 to go, if they catch you, you should be able to catch back up.
pitted? Lucky Ducks drivers from Aaron Smith the second, Drew Jua, Douglas Newbigging second, third, fourth. They have over a 5-second gap lead over Brian McCann, who's on his lonesome, and then almost over a
Y'all are gonna wreck.
7-second
Can you, like,
lead over Trent
finish the
Jump
job?
and Mike Tellier that are trying to run down this group of 3 that are trying to go 1, 2, 3 for Lucky Ducks here at Talladega to start the playoffs.
This group of 3, they will be making sure that they push as hard as they can. They will not be racing each other.
All right, coming low, and you're okay. I see you moving up high.
7 kind of just shot the track. I don't think he was making a move. I think he just kind of was pushing so hard. Maybe it's hard to see when you push something like that. There is 2 cars in front of them, so can they catch those 2 cars and become a 5-car team? And will that keep them
14th.
This field?
Dang.
They're going to be coming fast. I would
Clear behind the 26.
3 cars versus what the rest of the field has in store for them.
This is the first numbers of this
getting
group
word
of
that Cody
3.
would like to redeem his free birthday caution.
1 second lap time compared to Mike Tellier and also Larry Yingling that are in the pack that's trying to run down this trio. They ran a 49.2, so the trio is running faster than a full pack, and that's exactly what they want to hear in the radio. Is go, you are faster. The problem is how do you make the swaps if it's needed to make sure the temps are cool enough to continue to push at this speed? It's just a group of 3. Or will these 2 drivers that you're passing have the momentum? They're not going to. That's Kelly. That's Benkini. Those are 2 damaged vehicles that cannot stay attached.
You see the 3 right there. He pulls down to try and stay attached, but not even close to being able to have enough speed or momentum to stay with him. So those 2 cars are not going to help. The only thing that these 3 drivers are going to hope for is that those 2 lap cars kind of maybe stall out that pack for a half a lap just to give them a little bit of breathing room. But with under 14 laps to go, it's now under 7 seconds.
All right, low.
I would imagine they're going to get there before the 14 laps are up, and we're going to have ourselves a big pack versus just 3 cars to battle it out for this one.
But the most incredible thing in watching this run, 30
19 still with you.
so far for Gavin Rogers, who leads this race. Rogers is,
Check up on the bottom. You're still good.
you know, he's going to have to pit at some point. He's going to have to pit by himself, but in this situation, you run it dry and you hope for a caution to maybe save yourself to stay on the lead lap. Yes, you're part of a group that's running decently quick, but you are not going to be a part of the winning group once you pit. You are in
97 still left rear.
if you're the 75.
Or does 75 go in and just maybe take...
You are clear of the low side.
Will he have a
28 going to jump to the outside.
He's going to need 12 laps of fuel, but he's going to stay out another lap. I mean, this is going to be really interesting to see. I don't know what else he's
97, 28, 3 wide. You're in the middle.
see how he can win it, but maybe he's got really, oh my goodness, right in front of you.
Hey, watch out as they have a little bit of a scuffle there in front.
Still 3.
Losing even more ground, so even if you take that
19's going to jump outside.
tight,
You're clear low.
go, you're losing too much time. That just a little bit of a scuffle that just happened.
46 low now.
2 to 3, even 4 miles per hour, which is building up to over a half a second or even more on lost ground. It is not helping Gavin Rogers' case to go for a win here this evening. It's now just hope for a decent finish. If this race stays green with 12 laps to go, they get 11. And I'm looking at some of the other notes of drivers to watch out for. The
46 going to give you a shot.
Ducks race motorsports right now. It's Aaron Smith II, Drew Jua, Douglas Newbigging. There has been
Clear low.
change in the gap. This stayed at 8 seconds. The difference between Douglas
Numbers are low.
and 5th place runner of Ali Fonseca. Now that second pack has been shuffling on who's the lead driver, and I think that's what's been hurting them on pace. But this trio has given themselves enough pacing, enough grouping, and this group is just putting down burner after burner to lap.
28 low.
They are holding the pace to be finishing 1, 2, 3 if we stay green.
So that is very impressive because it was about 3 laps ago that we thought maybe it was a 6
3 wide.
tenth of a second a lap difference. That second, like you said, if they're racing side by side or not cooperating with each other,
Clear middle.
chance to settle this race. So those drivers, they need to key up and they need to say, listen, if you want a chance to
Clear low.
and get those valuable bonus points or get that win and feel comfortable about advancing to the next round, you gotta get in line. You gotta get in line, get single file, and run down this group. More cars should be able to run down 3 cars, but they're not able to do it right now at this moment, like you said.
No,
Man, we almost did it.
vocally getting frustrated in that bigger group being led again by Ali Fonseca, Danny Cochran, and Andy Moniz. There is a dispute over which lane is the faster one to be in. The leaders right now being Ali Fonseca, Danny Cochran, and Andy Moniz. They're saying, run the middle, everyone follow us. The middle is where we need to be. While some drivers in the back are saying, we're losing time. It doesn't matter where we run. We are losing too much time right now. Can we all just drop low? And with that vocal frustration, you're seeing it's just not
Clear bottom.
They're still 2 by 2, and that lack of communication, lack of real
Weapon.
gung-ho of working
Caution.
together. Is it there? But it doesn't matter.
Oh, caution's out.
I was
Resetting.
looking at remaining fuel. I thought I had like
Does not
0.4
matter
coming to the
anymore
line,
what they
and
were
not paying
thinking, because
attention.
now they're all going to be together.
Never mind. I'm
This
stupid.
is going to be really interesting. We see
Holy
replay,
shit,
see
my
what
heart just
happens.
dropped when I
But
saw that.
Gavin Boosters has not pitted yet. He's going to have
Guys,
to
that
come
means
in.
we have to go all the
Well,
way
I was going to
around.
rack and stack everybody back up.
If they have enough fuel for green-white checkers, because now we're in that zone where I think there could be multiple accidents as this group is relined back up and right there to 13 center. Kind of assuming that's what the caution's for.
It was a misplaced bump. And I don't know maybe if he ran out of fuel, if maybe it was just a bad bump, but here is the incident that puts us into a restart that changes everything. Nick Crawford into center Hunter. Hunter almost flips in front of Kanata. And that was the group that Gavin Rogers was a part of. And that little bit of a wreck is sending us to
Realized we were passing the pace car.
center regulation. We're going to have another bad day.
Whoops.
So you see it on the telemetry, just
Did not realize.
just that bump. The 13 almost goes tumbling.
Yeah, down there. Gets it down in the first gear, try to get it going again. So it definitely was not a fuel incident like maybe we were thinking, but just a bad bump like you mentioned, Sam. Not what he wanted to see Cedric Hunter, because he was probably like, no, we gotta go. 8 laps to go. Wanted to finish this race clean. But now just give everyone a chance, including Gavin Rogers, gonna go and get the fuel. I'm assuming he'll get tires as well, might as well, since he's gonna be pitting. And we'll see what happens on this restart. But it's gonna be about 6 laps to go by the time they re-rack.
I mean, looking at this, Justin, I mean, this has got to be heartbreaking for Lucky Ducks. They were in complete control. It was a wait for Gavin Rogers to pit, and then you were most likely going to find yourself in victory lane for a chance to win between the trio of teammates. Instead, you're going to have whole entire field making the hard decision. Do you pit for fuel and tires? Gavin Rogers, of course, has to pit. Everyone else behind the 75, they've got the decision to make. Do you pit or do you stay out? Lucky Duck stays out. Everyone else, do they make the decision of going to pit road?
I would say if you have enough fuel, you probably don't want to give up the track position unless you're close on the green-white checker, just in case. You definitely want to get a couple gallons then, because if other drivers start running out, if we go into multiple green-white checkers, could add 5-6 laps to this race. So you want to make sure you are insured to be able to go the extra distance, just in case. Gavin Rogers, he'll be in good shape. Anyone else that pits would also be in good shape as well.
Gavin Rogers was able to find himself going over 39 laps. Again, there was some laps that were under pacing, so it enabled him to go a little bit further, but that's one of those things here tonight where there are just a couple of drivers over 27 laps of fuel and tires, but this caution and pacing is going to help them. But if you're just joining us now, well, what a perfect time to join with us, as here's our race report. So
How many green-white checkers is there going to be?
Race early on, we had a lot pop up.
2.
Long green flag run as it brings out our 5th caution with less
Good
than
guess.
10 laps to go. Justin, I mean, we look at that lead change number. 38 lead changes here tonight, and we've
The
seen
field's going to implode in front of you. You're going to go low and win it all.
we're going to be seeing just that here on this restart.
But we are going to see it.
Boy, that would be nice.
See the 3 team cars. They're going to be up front, but they are going to be a little bit split up. We're going to have probably 2 on the inside.
Happened kind of recently, didn't it?
Can they get lined up?
Oh, yeah.
And where will they want to be? Will they want to be on
I just don't know if I should go aggressive here or just
Will they
try to
want
take a top
We've seen them
10.
have speed all night tonight. They've been working really great together. But
Because if I rack out, I go to 23rd.
Well, you didn't get any stage points, so I.
To get around them, get to the lead, get to the front.
Excuse me. If I wreck out, I'll go.
It's going to be really.
If I wreck out, I might go all the way back to
on this restart.
30th if I go 2 laps down.
Up together to be
If
that
I have to tow.
tandem that they were.
Yeah.
I mean, a 3-car tandem is going to work if you can get it, far enough away. You can start to pull away. But I'm curious on their mindset of how do you want to.
Should I just go middle line and hope for the best?
Aaron Smith second's going to be the driver in control of.
Middle has been the strongest.
Better outside.
It's strong, but it's dangerous.
The inside row, which will leave Drew Jua on the outside by himself. And as I say that, though, looks like the choice might be for Aaron to be on the outside, leave Drew and Douglas Newbegin on the inside groove, and let Aaron Smith II be in his own lane of trying to hold back the rest of the pack on the outside. This is I was not expecting to see that, but we do know for sure there will be a countdown for those drivers. They're going to try to make sure they're at least in a group, if not all three in line.
All three in line is probably what they want, but will it happen, and will the rest of the pack allow it to happen? If you see them, maybe sometimes you see the outside car, he'll be able to get a nice jump and then pull down on an inside line, but will the guys behind allow that, or will they be pushing so hard that they're going to go right around this group if they try and slow up and break their momentum to allow themselves to get down there? I think right now these group drivers, they might be saying, you know what, we're split apart. We're gonna do what we can do to stay together, but if we can't, we can't. We know we're fast. We'll find each other when we see each other out there, because it's not gonna be under 5 laps to go.
It's gonna be less than 5. It's gonna be 4 when we take the green. I mean, it's gonna be 5, when we take the green, and then it's gonna be down to do we stay green, or will we find ourselves with the true big one of the night? We've seen a couple of big wrecks that have happened, but
oh no, more
than 8 over 10 drivers involved with an incident. It is always not a question of if, it's a question of when. It feels like it is building up to a big.
It'd just be one of those things I have to fill out once we get going.
We get an amazing shock.
I mean, I don't want to drop back.
Under green with this restart with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, it's too hard to make up spots just with this many laps going.
Yeah, I could easily drop back to 22nd here.
With me up at the booth is Justin Malarkey, Robert Moyer Jr. running productions in the background. We're giving you coverage of the WSSR Cup Series first playoff race of the round of 16, as we are going to be seeing who is setting themselves for a chance to.
All right, ready,
and who's
go.
in the biggest hole moving into next week at Darlington. It's Lucky Ducks going to be one.
You are clear high right now.
The Geico restart zone. We are green.
Only 3 cars low.
Justin.
Yep, I was just going to say the same thing. Only 3 cars up high.
I have to go Aaron Smith. Look at this. He pulls down to the inside.
32 is going to fill that hole.
The inside, but that
not allowing anybody from the high side in.
To get up there. 24.
28 is going to give you a little bit of a push. You got the 32 in front. 5 is outside. 5 trying to shove the 24, but they've got no help out there. 32 is falling back. I don't know what his deal is.
Looked like Mike Tellier below that.
Big caution's out.
Back up. Didn't want to see him.
No, he wants it. He's hooked into the outside wall. Trenton jump hooks Mike Tellier, and we're headed to overtime.
So it's not clear. You saw it right out of the corner of the eye to 97. He was
I saw
not clear
a cloud of smoke behind me.
Sam will catch that replay and see exactly.
Had to be quite a few of them.
Go to overtime now. We're going to be going extra laps.
Yeah.
Make sure you have had that fuel tank filled.
Let's see. Who do we got here?
Like that, multiple playoff drivers involved in this one.
Ooh, multiple playoff drivers.
He's got Trent jump and jump. Just
Ryan Kelly, Brian Noel, Shane Therian, Mike Tellier.
Up, but that was
a whole bunch of people.
No one had any time or space, and Tellier forcing the issue.
That said, Mike need to play it safe.
If actually 2 drivers that are out of this thing, but Tellier he's just trying to muscle his way forward. You're a non-playoff driver, influencing playoff drivers' races.
Sorry to make
and
this
John Forbes' engine is gone. Shane Terrian, your Alliance driver, is caught up in this.
1 through 4.
And that 97 just over jumping his bounds there.
that one is just not going to sit right for a lot of drivers.
The drivers will definitely be thinking, you're below the yellow line. They're thinking he should be backing off, but he's thinking, hey, someone cut me a break, let me in. But with under 5 laps to go, I don't see anyone out there willing to give up a position to allow someone else to come in up off that yellow line. You see right there a little bit of smoke. It looked like out of the 46 machine. He's not going to come into pit road, so maybe he's not thinking he has too much damage. But right now, these drivers are all staying out. They don't want to give up any track position. There's going to be a restart. We're going to see what happens. But when we restart, we're only going to have a green flag, and then the next time by will be the white flag. So these drivers have less time to make their moves.
And rewatching the incident, Mike Tellier, he had been going down below that yellow line for, it was an incident of where he was below the yellow line for most of that run. And I know we you're frustrated with the driver going below you, but Trent Jump just
was Vincent Sora in it?
Rode on board with him. He left hooked him.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down.
Blatant just.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down. Never mind.
Didn't even make it look like it was net code. Trent Jump causing a wreck that takes out a few.
No, Drew's up front along with Aaron. Shane, you said he was in it.
Yeah.
He's 1 lap down.
Here in racing, but certainly somebody in that situation.
John Forbes Jr.
going into next week at Darlington.
Yeah,
Is that number 11 car?
Seeing how you saw that there, I'm thinking maybe Trent Jump is thinking.
He's on the lead lap.
He's sitting 20th right now. He's on pit road right now.
Cedric Hunter, where's
Cedric Hunter, Mike Tellier, Shane Therian, Brian Noel, Ryan Kelly, Ed Shearer, and Chris Norris are all still on pit road.
Oh wow!
Not exactly sure.
Yeah, I need to play it safe here because that's a lot of playoff drivers.
Or maybe even talking to both drivers.
They dropped 5, and that right there is 5. So
see what happens next week going into Darlington with any potential penalties.
And it's got to be disappointing for John Forbes, who just came off of his required damage incident where he was a victim of ARCA brakes by Carl Pooler and then involved in this wreck that ultimately terminates the 11's engine. And this is going to be setting us up. Wait for the pace to turn off, but we will be heading into overtime. Trenton is probably going to be in trouble. I don't know if he's going to have any friends moving forward for now hunting for this championship, but do know one thing, it's Lucky Ducks still 1, 2, 3. Last time they were like this, I think back to I think it was 2 seasons ago or last season at Dover, where they finished 1, 2, 3. They're going to try once again here, Justin, and they prove that they can stay up there for at least the first half of the lap. Now they got to see if they can hold on for a full run here this evening.
And the other thing is they showed to the rest of the field what they were going to do on that restart. So do they do the same thing? And if they do, is the field prepared for the move? If Aaron Smith is on the outside expecting to pull down in front of his 2 teammates, or does the field have something up that they learned that they can do to prevent that move so that those 3 aren't worked together down on the inside? Or will someone restart, pull to the outside, and will be
if you don't have any sim racing equipment, you just won't.
I mean, the
good entry
scenarios are endless.
Budget level would be your Logitech steering wheel.
We're gonna find out.
I forget what version number it is now. G
lap to go before
20 something.
Back to green.
200
so these
something.
drivers right now, they're getting ready to pull up onto that steering wheel a little bit tighter.
Gonna have a game.
These moves,
I mean, a computer good enough to run gaming.
That these drivers are all.
A lot of people start off on single monitor.
Trying to get that win and punch your ticket. Next round.
Yeah, this is probably
going to be Drew Jewell.
Yeah, I would say this is my favorite.
Second, they want their best chance, best opportunities to go for a championship.
Or if you want to go all out,
drivers that want to get
you can buy a pre-built sim rig all put together. You just
Brian P. Johnson,
set it up in your house and good to go.
They're inside of the top 10, still with an opportunity. But if you're just joining us now, we are in overtime. This is our first attempt of 3 if needed. If you've never seen an iRacing overtime attempt before, this is the way it goes down. You are going to be going into a 2-lap shootout. It is a green, white, checkered. Once we go green,
I think I'm just going to stay middle here.
We get a quick caution before we take the white flag. That last lap, we will then head into overtime attempt number 2. But if we take the white flag, this race becomes official, and it's all about who crosses the line first. Drivers also have been notified going underneath the yellow line is a legal move, but it is the driver that goes below the yellow line that has to move up cleanly, unlike what we saw
Unfortunately, though,
All right, Aaron's your leader.
online because Trent Jump just hooked
He's coming to the restart box. Ready, ready, ready.
voucher that Trenton
Go,
had.
go, go.
Oh, late start.
No, for the drivers here tonight, who could punch a ticket to the playoffs? Who could play spoiled?
That's right, 28's going to give you a shove.
We're into the Geico restart zone. We're great.
5's not going to be able to come on up, so you're going to hold your spot.
Who is winning here at Talladega?
Go middle.
Aaron Smith looks like he might get the big jump. Will he pull down to the inside like he has been? I don't think he has.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Just go up high, go high. There you go. You're good, you're good, you're good. Keep going. Good job.
Get a little bit frizz. Oh no, Zach!
Nice.
Back coming to the field. Smith and Lord. Calamity.
Wow, did I get lucky on that
This is
one?
the big one.
that was
Multiple
probably
drivers
on me.
involved.
Did I get lucky?
Implications.
That was Aaron. Aaron's stopping and towing.
Happened to the 70 on that restart. Thought he was going to have a chance to pull down in front of Drew Jewett, and instead,
That was a lot of people.
in the third
Well, we
lane,
didn't have a
losing
yellow
momentum as
for
well.
a dead
Yes, it
lap when
was.
we were leading by 10 seconds.
Just in a blink of an eye.
Jorge Fonseca, Brian Johnson, Nick Crawford, Aaron Smith.
Jua
18.
Does a
let's see, who else we got?
try to stay in front of his
Yeah,
team.
Jua.
Shuffles everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Zach Hall,
The replay.
Smith the second, Larry Yingling, Nick Crawford. A
Wow.
lot of drivers that were hoping for some good
I
nights.
swear to God,
And
if I don't
caught
get the
up
wave around,
in
I'm
this
gonna-
one.
I don't
And
even
this
know
will
what
send
I'm
us
gonna
into overtime attempt number 2. The 1-2-3 finish for Lucky Ducks is now out the window.
Out the window, and just watching that replay, it seemed like the 70 just didn't get going on the restart like he did in the previous one, but then when he got to the corner,
Larry was probably in that.
2.5 third lane, never really went down
I
the
mean, we all
side
know what
draft, and
PSR
I
really
can check.
stands for,
Drivers
so
behind
that'll answer your question.
made the left and went down to the middle lane and kind of put him up in the third lane, and he lost all his momentum, and then unfortunately an accident happened.
Larry's on track, and if I look at his front end,
Driver that-
yeah, he's got no front clip.
He moved, able to cut his way through. Ben Keeney over the radio, just elation over his voice on the fact that he was
Wait,
able
we're
to
gonna hear
survive.
about
Yeah,
Many of other drivers
I don't have a.
were
I wouldn't say I have a
to
favorite
Nick Crawford
gaming
required
character.
damage.
John
Mike
way
Tellier
out.
already had required damage, and Aaron Smith the second joins in on required damage, as they will have to head to pit road, get the damage repair.
Outside of this simulator, I'm not.
Get a little bit more shaken up. Now your new top
I play
5
Rocket League,
is
but
going to be Drew
Everybody
Jua,
see
Danny
how bad my
Cochran,
damage is?
Douglas Newbigging, Brian McCann, and
I don't play a lot of
Dakota
games.
Hughes in the 5 machine, running 5th.
And then running 6 going to be Cody Reed, who we know
Thank you.
has a lot of super speedway speed. Tyler Dengler in 7th, having a nice night right there for him. Zach Hall, 8th. Tom Warren, 9th. GT Irizarry in 10th position. He was a driver that you talked about as Sam. He was caught up in some incidents earlier in this race.
Pete, did you go back and look at that replay
He's now running
and see how close we was to getting
No.
spun?
That's the point.
That was
that we've been
crazy. I saw it on the broadcast.
to everyone watching, you got to be in this race.
Yeah, it was close.
To have a chance to win, because 10th to first place can happen.
Glad you went high when you did.
Final 2 laps if you make the correct moves.
I saw,
Drivers over
I
the
think
radio,
one person below the yellow,
trying to get clarification.
and then the guy on the track was like not letting them up, and then they hit.
for
And
the 32, as he's hoping that he still has full strength in power.
I'm gonna go back and watch it right now.
Hoping that maybe the draft will keep him in position. Not sure if he's going to be gaining any spots, but
like, I don't even understand why or how they got in that position. I don't think I saw
still
that.
have another one here.
Somebody must
We
have
are in overtime
trying to be
attempt number 2.
pushing too hard and got him sideways. That was
Currently,
my guess.
first one didn't
Yeah,
last
sorry
very
for the
long,
pickup on
as
both lanes.
Lucky
That
Ducks
was
goes from
there.
potential 1,
Yeah,
2,
20
3 to 1.
24 is absolutely shoving.
One of their
But when
own,
the 71 came up to block the 2, it was all over from there.
Justin, early in the
Oh, there was a
season,
block.
Joshua was notoriously known
71.
Yeah.
Who was that?
and almost racing like he has no care.
Aaron, or not Aaron.
He was going to be
Ed.
up front,
Ed.
and sometimes he would wreck
He's
himself.
7 laps down.
Had, you know,
What?
factors outside of
Was
his
he up here?
control that would
Hold
take him out of a race in the middle.
77, sorry, not 71.
Oh, where's he at? Oh, Drew.
Overzealous on a hard block.
That's a leader.
Outside and then back on his teammate. That kind of
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now.
through the field.
When Aaron went up
it seems like
to the outside, when the 2 pulled underneath him,
this win, and he
the
was
77 tried to pull up to block the 2, and that stacked everything up and caused the 7 behind him to get all screwed up. He's the one that got sent below the yellow line you saw, and then the 24 spun to 32, and all hell broke loose.
But more importantly, he's going to be lining up most likely on the inside. I would assume he's going to pick the inside and have his teammate.
19 cars on the lead lap.
Him a big push.
With
the outside is going to be
16 cars without
Ryan McCann. They're going to have the
damage. Well, not sitting in the pits getting damage fixed.
Late in this race
So 16 good running cars.
they're stuck down there. They got to push. They got on the outside. Some of those drivers, they bail and they go up to the third lane. And
well, so you got a monster start last time.
They had maybe in the beginning of this race when drivers were more
so much so he was able to get underneath Aaron.
So this is be something that we'll have to keep an eye on this restart.
Yeah.
Most importantly, it's going to be get up.
I'm just gonna
go.
I'm not going to go too crazy for the win if it comes down to it. I'd rather get top 5 than 16.
Setting up for this white flag.
Absolutely, I get it.
Be up front. This is only our second attempt of 3.
But then again, if you win, you're in. So
if we go into attempt number 3, this race could end under caution. So you have to get up front as quickly as possible.
Where's Derek at when you need him?
Might ensue some of these drivers to make moves that they would not have made previously. But if you're just
he would be in here saying go up the middle.
Number 2, if you find yourself getting caught up in an incident under our first lap,
it's where you go with your gut.
Go into overtime attempt number 3.
I don't know how the whole drafting thing works, but I know when cars on my right side, it really slows me down.
Racing to the end, and this race becomes official. And
oh yeah, the side draft in these cars is absolutely real.
Yeah, I felt it. One of the drivers got close to me and it just almost pulled me into him and slowed me down. But
like you said,
how close do you got to get to him to do that?
What you have to do is make your moves, because if the caution comes out,
about a foot to 2 feet.
If the caution comes out really quick, you might not have a chance to make the moves.
All right, pace car's pulling off.
Ultra aggressiveness out of these drivers tonight. Pretty much what we've seen all race long, but I think
who's the leader, inside or outside?
When you're pinching somebody down, that's what you're doing at a super speedway.
No one's going to be given any inch. If you're below that yellow line, drivers are definitely not going to be letting you come up. So you're going to have to make some smart decisions. But we're going to be coming through this.
All right, coming to the restart box. Ready.
2 to go.
Go.
Green, white, checkered. Get back to here. Take the white flag. Race could be it. So make your moves soon.
28's giving you a shove.
The restart zone.
He bailed.
Are green. This potentially going to be the final restart of the evening.
Leaders came back up to the middle line. That's going to help you.
Down, take off immediately, and now it's going to be seen. Where do you go for Drew Jua? Douglas Newbigin, they ride high, trying to get in front of Danny Cochran. It's going to leave Cody Moniz. Cody Reed going to be on the inside groove. Danny's going to drop low below the 7. Will we see a block from Drew?
Another wreck.
I'd be surprised if we don't, as they're going to be staying side by side off the exit turn 2.
Oh my God.
Biggest question answered right there. Drew Jua stays up there wrecking.
Get behind the 2.
He's now going to be nicking.
There you go.
With Tom Sinchek. We stay green for now.
06 coming up to help.
But Dakota Moniz to the inside for 3rd place.
And those 2 to 7.
Coming through a white flag.
Breaking away from these cars.
You're double wide. You got the 26 down low. 06 with you. Giving you a push. Hold on to it.
You're pulling away, Sam. Will they be able to do this for the whole time?
46 now coming up. You push the 06 to the outside.
For the night, they've been up front. They thought they had the win secured.
Stand in it, Brian.
But the white flag is in the air. This race is official. It's about who's going to cross the line first.
Hold on to it.
It is Drew Jua.
Clear low.
Douglas Newbigin, but the run is building up.
You're up. Come on up. Come on back up on track.
Possible and hold back as much as he can.
There you go.
Drivers are bouncing.
Middle line's clear. Come on up.
Position. They're going to be 3 wide for 3rd position, but it's going to be Tyler Dangler. Massive push to the Lucky Ducks machines. Tyler drops low. It's now going to be Drew Jua all on his lonesome.
Why are they hitting me?
They're trying to get underneath the 77. Tyler Dangler.
They were pushing so hard, it's not even funny.
Also trying to get in the mix. They're wrecking.
If you go back and you watch that, there was no space between any of the bumpers.
Behind Drew Jua, but Jua's got the momentum. Lucky Ducks, or will it be Dangler?
Wow.
It's Drew.
I can't get in reverse.
And Tyler Dangler 2nd.
I ain't got enough tire.
Danny Cochran 3rd. Cody Reed 4th.
I can't do nothing.
5th. Sam, I think 4 guys came across that line that were not in that accident.
Can you steer to the right to get off the banking?
Finish these races, so those top 4 they finished without damage. The rest of
car will not move.
Wow.
Off of each other back there. Big accident at the end. We'll catch the replay.
No, don't do it. No.
After really dominating this race,
a crazy run to the end.
Where'd we end up then?
Taking every advantage possible to stay
19th, looks like.
Saw all of his gunners behind.
Yeah, 19th.
Out.
but ultimately it was the 77 who will.
Yeah, if you go back and you watch that, there was no room between anybody right there.
Larry taps.
Yeah, what the hell?
Drew Jua with this win. Welcome.
I was getting demolished.
11, and he doesn't have to think very hard about to next week, as the 77 will enjoy this one. Also, I want to say congratulations to Tyler Dangler, one of his best finishes in WSSR history for himself. Will be in second place. Danny Cochran third. Let's see if we talk to a spotlight driver as we will step away. Like I said, when we come back, we'll talk to our top three. We'll find out who our spotlight driver is right after this.
We'll give you the positions back if you like to avoid the wreck, or like if you actually wrecked up your road or whatever. Yeah, we'll give it back to you. Yeah,
that's 61.
Like a cookie.
We'll upload the points right now, but they're gonna be.
That's 61. Had places to go. He never lifted.
Nope.
I wonder if he didn't know that there was somebody in front of me.
Probably not, because you can't see through these things. But I mean, he should have known that there was more traffic than just you.
He still made it better through there than I did. Yeah, I got 19.
Yeah, sure. When you're the plow.
Still not too bad though, cause I'm ahead of a lot of drivers there.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna finish ahead of a lot of the playoff drivers.
But they do have playoff points to pull them back up. So I'll probably still be fighting for the cutoff line.
Maybe. Have to see how it all pans out. All right, Brian. I will catch you next week. Hopefully. I'll let you know for sure, though.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thank you for spotting.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
I think this is where... Is this where I'll dodge the big one? Yeah. The 32 didn't know they were 3 wide. 24. Yeah, well, two things happened. The 77 came down the block, just like Pete said. No, he went up for a block and then came back down. Let's see if he got hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the WSSR Cup Series.
Yeah, he got hit a little bit.
Start of the playoffs for the round of 16. Your first race of 2 for this round. Talladega,
wow,
this race might have changed everything moving forward of who's the top contenders to watch out going into Darlington next week. We know one driver that is feeling a high here tonight, finally able to get himself into victory lane. We bring in Drew Jewell.
What did Aaron see?
Victory lane moment. This 77, Drew, it has been a long fought battle to get into this position.
I bet he didn't see anything till somebody hit him.
You had to fight back everyone behind you. Man, how are you feeling?
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Nothing he could do though.
I knew we were going to be fast at super speedways. I called it last week. You know, it was a lot of fun, and
he went from leader to
a lot of damage earlier. I think I had 3 minutes 30 damage earlier in the race, and I decided to take the full damage because there's a front nose, and it can kill your whole momentum if you don't have it fully repaired. So I decided to repair it. Got a caution when I really needed it. We were running up front there, and I think Doug told me that 2 teams, like a team of 2, there are a couple people picked basically, and that's when I kind of decided I was
All
going
right.
to push.
See y'all later. Thank you for sticking around.
Close to my bumper off the corners, and it was really
See you next
starting
week.
to work. And